It's time for Savage Storm Football on the Southeastern Sports Network. Savage Storm Football is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos, Burridge Law, your local Texoma Chevy dealers, and Discover Durant. Also sponsoring the Savage Storm, Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, Shamrock Bank, Taco Casa, and Westside Family Dentistry. The Savage Storm are being brought to you by Cherokee Communications, Steubenville Chevrolet, First United Bank, and Shelburne Heating and Air. Also sponsoring Southeastern, Choctaw Nation Family Violence Prevention, Arnett Insurance, Buffalo Wild Wings, and the Chutta Foundation. Southeastern Oklahoma State is also being brought to you today by Clint Markham State Farm, Durant Lumber, Applebee's, and your farmer's insurance agent, Al Olson. And now let's head to the field for Southeastern Savage Storm Football.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome into Paul Laird Field, Durant, Oklahoma, on what is an unseasonably warm late October afternoon as Southeastern Oklahoma State entering what is Week 8 of Great American Conference play here on the Southeastern Sports Network. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Of course, today's broadcast being a home broadcast. We have got the full video crew here led by Bob Sullins, of which you can catch at GoSoutheastern.com. Today, we have what is the third longest running collegiate interstate rivalry here in the state of Oklahoma, second longest in Division II, as it's the 91st meeting between Southeastern Oklahoma State and Southwestern Oklahoma State. Both programs with quote-unquote first-year head coaches. Of course, Bo Atterbury now in his second go-around here on the campus of 1,000 Magnolias, while for Southwestern Oklahoma State, Ruse McCoy, the defensive coordinator from a year ago, in his first year, and injuries have battered the Bulldogs this season. They're 0-7 on the year. Coming up, we'll talk with Coach Bo Atterbury about last week's one-point victory, back-to-back one-point wins for the first time in school history, and we'll talk about the quarterback situation as today it will be the redshirt freshman Kane Donovan getting his first career start. We'll also have our player spotlight. It shines on Mikey Hookfin, the cornerback out of Spring, Texas. That's coming up after this as we kick off the First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it quietly. Spend it as loud as you can. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant. 4 straight Thursdays of free concerts, September 21st through October 12th. Featuring the Cleverleys, Mike and the Moonpies, Tracy Bird, and The Great Divide. The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant in partnership with the City of Durant. For more info, contact the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce or visit discoverdurant.com. That's discoverdurant.com.
The Choctaw Cultural Center may be the closest you'll ever come to taking a walk through time. Gaze upon ancient cultural artifacts, witness the evolution of tribal technology, and immerse yourself in a Choctaw culture through interactive experiences. Journey with us through the past, present, and future. The Choctaw Cultural Center in Durant, Oklahoma, a living, breathing experience. For hours, events, and tickets, visit ChoctawCulturalCenter.com.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it with small steps. Spend it with giant leaps. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Welcome Welcome back to the First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network. It's time now for our weekly conversation with Coach Bo Atterbury. Back-to-back one-point wins. How elated were you after this one?
Yeah, it was fun going on the road to get our first road win. Not easy to do, much less versus a player like Gage Porter. You could see he makes guys look bad around him. We've got some good players, and he still finds a way to get his stats, and was proud of the defense, but very, very, very happy when it was all said and done.
Have you ever went post-game, looked at a stat sheet, give up 400 yards of offense and go, I thought my defense played pretty well?
Yeah, just to try to keep him out of the end zone was the main thing, and make him snap it again and try to come up with some big plays, a turnover here or there. We knew it was kind of like the first week of the season with the quarterback at Southern Arkansas. He's going to get his here or there, and that didn't change, and we didn't think we'd change it, but they stood up when they needed to.
Your thoughts, though, on the mindset, because right off of the bat, for third play from scrimmage, he rips one off for 74 yards. It seemed to me that even though there were a few big plays, your guys, and again, there was a big rotation on the front four, obviously, throughout the game, they never really lost focus. They kind of any big play that hit them, just kind of threw it away, and it's like almost any time there was a big play, it would be followed up with a tackle for a loss. And I thought that was key in y'all's win.
Yeah, that was the one play we got into nickel and never did it again. So wasn't a great call on our part. But those guys have done a good job. Coach Smith has always dialed in with his staff, and those players have just moved on to the next snap is what we've talked about, just make them snap it again, because you never know what can happen in a game if the offense just continues to snap it, keep them out of the end zone, whether it's 1 yard or they got 50 to go, just focus in on the next play.
Of course, DJ Brown, big day for DJ, career high in rushing yards, a career long, matter of fact, 2 career longs in that game. Just your thoughts on him taking advantage of kind of what was given to him there.
Yeah, that's who DJ is. I mean, he's a dog, and his day-to-day is exactly what you saw there. He comes to work every day, focused, mindset's on point, great effort all the time, and very deserving, and he earned that.
Well, one of the players that also stood out in that game, Hunter Hawthorne, he also had career highs and really was kind of a security blanket for sure in the second half when you had to have the freshmen out there playing quarterback.
Yeah, if you notice, they were, of course, didn't want number 4 to beat them, so opened up some opportunities for others. And yes, all those guys came up big when Wes went out and Kane came in and ended up making enough plays to get it done.
So have you ever had a run like that? I mean, I know from a statistical standpoint, that's the first time in Southeastern history back-to-back one-point wins, but throughout your coaching career, have you ever had back-to-back weeks this crazy?
No, I can't say that I have, and it was nail-biting, but of course fun to see last week the offense end up going down and scoring, and then the defense this week stood up big at the end and picked each other up. And we've talked about complementary football in all phases of the game, and 2 weeks we got each side of the ball to take care of it.
What did you say to him down in the huddle post-game?
Well, I gave him Sunday off, but just a great road win, versus a team like that with an offense that does the things they do and the player they had, and they stayed together was the main thing. That's what it was, like you said, not only defensively but offensively, just moving on to the next snap. What's behind you can't control, move on to the next one and keep it moving, and we did.
Of course, this week you begin this little 2-game home stretch. You have a Southwestern team coming into town that's hungry for a win. You look at them, their defensive side of the ball. That is where they're really stout, and obviously pressure from the defensive end position. R.J. Powell, player of the week just a few weeks ago. Your thoughts on that challenge?
Yeah, very good up front, and throughout my career I can't remember Southwestern not being solid on defense. They've always found a way to put a good defense together. They've gone through some things offensively, bumps and bruises, but continuing to get better, so it'll be another GAC tough task for us.
Coach Bo Atterbury here in the First United Bank pregame show. Coach, as always, appreciate the time and look forward to your thoughts in the postgame.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Of course, coming up, we have our player spotlight on the way. It shines on cornerback Mikey Hookfin after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
Difficult times remind me to take stock of what's most important. And as a farmer's agent, I'm here for you and your family when those moments arise. I can explain your insurance options so you can select coverage that fits your needs, because I take pride in being able to help you protect the things that matter most. Call me, Al Olson, at 580-924-3898 to learn more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Welcome back to the First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network. Time now for our player spotlight, and it's shining on the secondary as we're now joined by Michael Hookfin. Although we call you Mikey on the broadcast, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm good. We picked that up because that's what Coach Fenwick used to call you, was Mikey. So we just went with it. You cool with that?
Yeah, that's fine with me.
I just wanted to make sure. The way you've been blowing up receivers this season, I don't want to be on your bad side.
Yes, sir.
So we joke about it on the broadcast all the time. Deion Sanders and career decisions that he made as a cornerback. You don't. You play corner almost like a safety. Do you take a thrill in those big hits that you've been delivering?
Oh, most definitely, especially when it's a play where I know it's coming and I can anticipate it. Those are the ones you got to make count.
So talk a little bit about this, because Coach Atterbury talks and speaks glowingly of defensive coordinator. How much of that goes into you being able to anticipate those type of big blow-up plays?
Oh, man, all week our coaches keep us very well prepared. They make sure we know what plays are going to happen when, and they really set us up for those big moments in the game.
So tell us a little bit about how you got here. Tell us, how'd you end up at Southeastern?
Well, in high school, I only had 1 year starting on varsity, so not much varsity film. And to be honest, I was going to go to a D3 out in Kansas. And about 2 weeks before signing day, Coach Fenwick and Coach EJ wanted me to come on a visit. They offered me on the visit, and this is my best offer, so I came here.
So now that you've been here a couple of years, what's your feeling for the town, the community? What do you like about it?
Man, it's a blessing. They used to talk about paradise in Durant. It sounds crazy, but you can find it. It's a small town. Everybody loves you, especially if you're on the football team. Great people, great coaches. Everybody's trying to lead you to your best, stage of life. It's great. I love Durant.
Whenever last year we got to see you a little bit in action, and then this year obviously kind of burst onto the scene as a starter for those underclassmen, because today's a day and age, everybody wants to play. They want to play right now. You kind of stood your time for a year and then put in the work. Talk about putting in the work to earn that starting job.
Man, the work has to come first, because I would say when I got in a couple times last year, I was a little bit shell-shocked. I don't want to say unprepared, because I was going hard back then too, but I just kind of got in and the moment seemed so big. But when you go when you know that's what you're going to see during the season, that summer work it's got to match up with it, or else you're going to get out there and you're not going to be prepared.
So last year, secondary, everyone said Jay Free was the biggest trash talker. Who's the biggest trash talker in the secondary this year?
Trey Martin or PJ Larry.
So the safeties do
the safeties. Yes, most definitely.
Earlier this year, we saw you get your first career interception. How did that feel?
Oh, it felt amazing. As y'all can see, I kind of spiked the ball. I didn't even realize what was going on. I just know I caught my first pick, and I want to go to the sideline and celebrate.
So what do you plan on doing with your career? You're early in your career, so what are you studying in? What do you look at post-football life?
I'm a general business major, and as of right now, I want to go wherever football will take me. I'm going to play ball as long as I can, but after that, I plan on opening my own sports and human performance facility.
So you want to get into training athletes?
Yes, absolutely. I want to own my own gym and like a whole facility.
Is that something you want to do back home? Or do you have like any future area you want to operate out of?
Most likely in the Houston or Dallas area, just because there's a bigger market, more athletes, more schools.
Again, talking with Mikey Hookfin here on our player spotlight. All right, time now for our hot seat segment. 5 phrases you spontaneously react. Favorite color?
Red.
Favorite female musician?
Beyonce.
Favorite post-game meal?
Chicken Express.
What do you like at Chicken Express? I mean, like, is there a particular number? They got like 1 through 12 or something.
7-piece mixed combo.
The spicy, man. The spicy is the bomb.
Gotta have
it. Jacked up truck or souped up sports car?
Jacked up truck.
And then what does it mean to be a member of this Savage Storm football team?
It means everything. I love it.
Again, talking with Mikey Hookfin. He is our player spotlight for this week. Coming up, more of the First United Bank pregame show. We continue after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Step right up to the most magnificent giveaway of the season, the $2.2 million Under the Big Top giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant. Play with your Choctaw Rewards Club card to earn entries for cash drawings every Saturday in October and November, and a chance to win $100,000 in back-to-back grand prize drawings to end the night. It's the $2.2 million Under the Big Top giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant.
If college is in your future, then scholarship applications should be too. Visit ChoctawFoundation.com for dozens of scholarship opportunities. Whether you're a high school senior or pursuing a doctorate-level degree, Choctaw Tribal members will find competitive scholarships for every level of education. Applications for the Choctaw Foundation open on January 15th, but you can start planning now. For more information, visit the scholarship page at ChoctawFoundation.com. That's CHAHTA Foundation.com.
Welcome back, everyone. First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network. Spend your time wisely by supporting Southeastern Athletics. Go Southeastern and visit us anytime at firstunitedbank.com. As we step away for the playing of the national anthem here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
We recently asked listeners to describe the super nachos off the Taco Casa's super menu. Here are their stories.
I love that when you order the super nachos to go, they separate the chips from the toppings into different containers so that I get to have crispy chips.
The Super Nachos, only on the super menu at Taco Casa, located on 1st Street in Durant and Southbound 75 in Calera. Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the eight ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
Cherokee Communications believes good things come in threes, like three-pointers, epic movie trilogies, and great home service. That's why Cherokee offers HD TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. And right now, you can get any service or all three for one low cost. Get HD TV, internet, and home phone from Cherokee Communications and score 3 for the home team. Visit CherokeeCom.com today.
Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center is your ticket to sports. Catch your favorite teams on one giant screen and 45 50-plus inch TVs with great food, atmosphere, and fun. Join Blazin' Rewards and start earning points on every order that you can use on rewards like free food and more. Open 11 to midnight Sunday through Wednesday and 11 to 1 Thursday through Saturday. Your game is always on at Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center.
Back under control here at Paul Laird Field on the First United Bank pregame show. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Of course, today's broadcast being videoed as well with Bob Sullins and his crew of merry cameramen. They're everywhere here today as Southeastern Oklahoma State playing host to Southwestern Oklahoma State. It is the 91st meeting between the two squads. And with that, let's go ahead and take a look at the keys to today's game. As Southeastern Oklahoma State, they're won back-to-back games, Rob, for the first time this season, but narrow fashion in both. It was a 1-point last-second win, literally walk-off touchdown to Marquise Gray 2 weeks ago when the Savage Storm were in town against Arkansas Monticello. Then last week on the road against Southern Nazarene, a team that had been a thorn in their side the last couple of seasons. They were able to put forth a tremendous defensive effort. And you heard from Coach Bo Atterbury, you know, is that the first time you walk off a field, look at the stat sheet, see 400 yards of offense and go, my defense played pretty good, and they did. They held a team averaging over 30 points a game on their home field to just 19 points. It was a big defensive play by D'Angelo Shanks at the end of that one that forced Southern Nazarene out of field goal range to set things up. But for Southwestern, on the other hand, They have been battling injury. They are now sitting basically on their fourth quarterback this season. The would-be starter injured in the offseason, and since then they've had some other nicks and bruises along the way, as Sean Shelby will be the starting quarterback today for Southwestern Oklahoma State. So let's get to the keys to the game with Rob Johnson. What do you have for us today?
Well, so let's start this thing on offense. You talked about the big win last week. Both of the last two decided on the last play of the game. However, the big issue coming out of from a negative standpoint last week was the 6 trips to the red zone and only 2 positive scoring plays. So the first key is going to be finished drives. 68% in the red zone, 2 for 6 last week. You've got to finish drives with points and preferably 6s instead of 3s.
Of course, you mentioned that, and you you asked Bo Atterbury last week in the post game about that, and that was a question that silence sometimes speaks volumes, and he spoke loudly by saying absolutely nothing. It was a tough week in the red zone last week for Southeastern Oklahoma State, as you mentioned, 2 for 6. You rewind back to the Oklahoma Baptist game, they had 0 trips into the red zone, and so far this year, you mentioned the 68% conversion rate, but when you look at it from a touchdown perspective, only 50% converting for touchdowns inside the red zone. Obviously a big key if this team wants to accomplish what it set out to at the beginning of the season. What do you have for us on the defensive side of the ball?
Well, we're going to talk ad nauseum about this Southwestern offense and the struggles that they've had. They've not shown the ability to be able to drive the ball and sustain drives. So what they need in order to be successful are big game-breaking plays, and that's going to be the key. This defense cannot allow those big plays over 20, 25 yards.
Of course, this offense at the bottom of the conference standings overall, they're averaging just 166 yards of offense per outing. They're averaging less than 100 yards in either category, rushing or passing. So they have certainly struggled this year. As there's a look at the keys to the game for today's matchup between Southeastern and Southwestern. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters. They're brought to you by the Chutta Foundation. The Chutta Foundation, a nonprofit organization dedicated to helping tribal members achieve levels of higher education. They have an outstanding scholarship program, and while that application process doesn't begin until the new year, you can start planning now. Visit ChuttaFoundation.com for more info. Let's go ahead and take a look at the starters for the Savage Storm offensive side of the ball. Matter of fact, we don't have one, we have 2 key players this week, and they're on the offensive line. They're the tackles, Stephon Zabier and Dorian Maple.
Yeah, guys, they're going to have a couple of defensive ends that they're going to be looking at all day. These guys are game breakers, starting with defensive end R.J. Powell. He's in the top 2 or 3, actually 3rd in the GAC in sacks for the season, 2nd in tackles for loss. He's a game breaker and he's a game wrecker. One or both of these guys are going to get their shot at him, and they've got to show up big.
Of course, that's one of the key things. The offensive line has struggled this season. They've given up 19 sacks through 7 games so far. Taking a look at the guards, Trace Tidwell, the sophomore from Henderson, Texas, along with Malik Culp, the transfer in from Northwest Missouri State, and the starting center, a redshirt freshman out of Permian Basin, and a transfer in from there, of course, from Rockwall, Texas, Sebastian Martinez. Taking a look at the wide receivers outside to end, Marquise Gray, the All-American, had a quiet week after that game winner here last week, 3 catches for 20 yards, along with Deuce Pittman, who has now gone 2 weeks without recording a catch. The 2 slot men, Giazzi Smith and Caleb Whitley, while the running back putting up career numbers a week ago, DJ Brown, he rushed for 165 yards. That a career high, a career-long rush of 46, and that one went for 6. The starting quarterback today is Kane Donovan, the redshirt freshman in Donovan from John Marshall High School. And, of course, last week we saw Weston Conaway get injured right before the halftime break, and it was Donovan that took over. So far through 2 games, he's been limited, 9 of 14 passing through the air, had the 1 bad interception last week, and is thrown for 123 yards, as Coach Bo Atterbury opting to see what he's got at that QB position here today. Taking a look at the Bulldog defense, and that is the strong spot for these Bulldogs. They are pretty good. As for the season, while they're allowing 414 yards of offense and 36 points per game, that's not indicative of what they've been the last 2 weeks. They allowed just 9 points against Arkansas Tech, only 20 points to Oklahoma Baptist. We take a look at how they line up front, and you mentioned the ends a while ago. Logan Engel and R.J. Powell, the two defensive ends for this team. They have combined now for 17.5 tackles for a loss, 9.5 combined sacks just between those two. In the middle of the defensive front, Johnny Scales and Cameron Guyton, the 6'2", 285 sophomore returning starter from DeSoto, Texas. And then we get into the linebacking core with Freddie Mango, the Rover linebacker, a junior from Riddler, Louisiana. The Mike linebacker, Richard Silva, a junior from Keller, Texas, who has 55 stops, coming off of a 7-tackle sack performance last week. And our key player on the defensive side of the ball, the 6'1", 225-pound junior and a returning starter from Bishop Lynch High School, Logan Monroe.
Yeah, Logan Monroe. He's the linebacker that makes this thing go. He's tied for the lead in overall tackles in GAC with 68 through 7 games. He's also got a couple of sacks, 5.5 tackles for loss, and he's got an interception. Bottom line, whether you want to run or pass offensively, it's got to start with taking care of this guy.
Taking a look at the corners, a returning starter in DeAndre Scott, the senior from Ardmore, Oklahoma, opposite of Chris Trufant, the sophomore out of Wiley, Texas. And the safeties, Elijah Reyes and Zach Roberts. Overall, 5 returning starters on this defensive front. And again, the defensive coordinator, Austin Jackson, in his first year. But make no mistake about it, Ruse McCoy, the head coach, the former DC, he's got his fingerprints all over it. So we'll talk a little bit more about Coach McCoy here in a bit. Taking a look at the offensive starters for Southwestern Oklahoma State, they have just 1 returning starter on the offensive line. As the tackles, Justin Benson, the left side, Damian Powell, the right, Kevin Cruz, the left guard, along with Deshaun Denny out of Newark, New Jersey, the right guard, and the returning starter on that offensive front, a sophomore from Jones, Oklahoma, in Isaac Foster. Taking a look at the receiving core outside the end, on the outside, Zion Mercer, he wears number 14, while number 4, the 6'3", 220-pound junior from California, Taylor Tosquez, the leading receiver for this team with 18 catches for 327 yards. The slot man, Elijah Reed, along with the tight end, Jacob Karsak. The tailback should be Ethan Heisch. Heisch, a sophomore out of Edmond, Oklahoma, but was held to just 12 yards rushing a week ago. It was actually Dexter Brown that led the team in rushing. He had 52 rushing yards and a score. And wearing number 11 today, I'm disappointed. He was wearing number 39 last week. I was ready for a throwback broadcast to the early 1940s. Sean Shelby, who's wearing number 11 today, the redshirt sophomore from LaPlace, Louisiana. And if you look at the roster, he was signed as a defensive back. That tells you some of the problems they've had, and that takes us to the key player for the Southwestern offense. It's a group effort.
Yeah, it is. We talked about it in our game prep, and guys, it's just hard to find a consistent contributor on this offense right now. They've got 8 total touchdowns on the year. There's been 6 games in the GAC where single teams have scored 8 or more touchdowns in single games this year. So bottom line is, we're going to call it somebody. Somebody's got to step up for this Northwestern offense, and it remains to be seen if or who that will be.
Taking a look at the starters for Southeastern Oklahoma State's defense, they have been stout up front, and they're led by Kevin Sims, second in the league in sacks with 6.5 of those this season. He's opposite of Josh Horrick. And then on the inside, Javion Gardner and Jordan Hood, the redshirt freshman from Elgin, Texas, who so far has turned in a terrific season with 31 stops from that nose guard position. Taking a look at the linebackers, Braden Winters along with Cameron Tate expect Caleb High to start on the strong side. He has started the last couple of weeks. He has 32 tackles, 3 for a loss this season. Taking a look at the corners, Mikey Hookfin, he was our player spotlight for this week. He had 9 tackles in a breakup a week ago. But our key player is the opposite cornerback, making his 5th start of the season, the junior from Baytown, Texas, Joseph Jones.
Yeah, Joseph Jones wears number 23. He's been solid since taking over a few weeks ago. He had his first interception last week. He's got to be assignment and technique smart. Key number 2, no big plays. Don't get all excited about that first pick and decide all of a sudden you're going to jump every route, because that's what allows those big plays to get over his head.
The rover safety is Ty Williams, while the free safety is P.J. Larry. There's a look at your starters, brought to you by the Chutta Foundation. We'll be back with the game time conditions as well as the opening kickoff after this as we wrap up the First United Bank pregame show here on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it with small steps. Spend it with giant leaps. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant. 4 straight Thursdays of free concerts, September 21st through October 12th. Featuring the Cleverleys, Mike and the Moonpies, Tracy Bird, and The Great Divide. The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant in partnership with the City of Durant. For more info, contact the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce or visit discoverdurant.com. That's discoverdurant.com.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it quietly. Spend it as loud as you can. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Welcome back, everyone. Savage Storm coming out of the South Field House onto the field. And real quick, here is Rob Johnson. Pregame field conditions as well as coin toss results presented to you by Shelburne Heating and Air. Rob?
Well, you said it was unseasonably warm today, and it is 87 degrees at kickoff. There is a southwest wind at 10 miles an hour, and watching warm-ups, that could be enough to be a factor. It talked about how cloudy it's going to be, and there's certainly a mix of clouds, but sun breaking through here and there. It's still a nice day for football.
Of course, with that, that is a look at your pregame conditions. What's our coin toss look like?
Well, Southwestern won the toss and chose to defer their option to the second half, which is kind of the gimme choice these days. As a result, Southeastern will receive the opening kickoff. They will travel left to right, north to south on this opening possession.
Shelburne Heating and Air, your choice for all your residential and commercial needs, service and installation on brands you know and trust. Carrier, Train, Luxair, Mitsubishi, and American Standard. Here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. For contact info, visit shelburneheatair.com. As we get set for our first U.S. Cellular kickoff of the afternoon, enter for your chance to win a $20,000 distraction-free vacation. Visit 20kvacay.com. No purchase necessary. See rules for details. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. Brandon McCrary, the freshman, will handle the kicking duties. The freshman from Plano East High School, kicking south to north with that wind flapping around the top of the goalpost flags as they'll send Whitley back to the 2. And out he comes, out over the 10, 15, and spun down near side and around the 20-yard line, and that's where Southeastern will begin this game.
Well, decent return right there. He had to go back and catch it over his shoulder. He let that go. It almost certainly would have hit in the end zone. You'd be starting on about 5 yards further along, and it wouldn't hurt.
Good point. Now we get to see this Bulldog defense, and we see the two-back set we saw a week ago with Brown and Hurt, split by the quarterback Kane Donovan, getting his first career start. Very limited so far this season, basically 2 quarters and a drive of action this year for Donovan. He's in the gun here from the right hash. Quick out left side to Whitley. Long extended handoff. Whitley gets to the edge, and he's escorted out of bounds. Keeps his footing to the 26. 2nd and 4 on the way.
Well, they want to give Donovan an easy throw. He's had playing time. It's not like this is his first time to see the field, but it is his first start. They give him a nice easy throw out to the left side to Whitley, basically an extension of the running game. He's able to get around the edge and get a good gain on first down.
So 2nd down and 4 coming up here. Whitley getting now to the left hash. And Donovan here will hand off Hurt into the pile. He is taken down. Not a lot working there. Losing the headgear and making the tackle was Richard Silva, the 5'11", 235-pound junior linebacker out of Keller High School. Of course, I believe there's now 5 Keller High Schools, Keller Central, and you've got several of them down there now.
They're working their way into Frisco territory, but they got a ways to go.
So here is a big third down early, 3rd down and 3. Storm at their own 27-yard line. Need to make the 30 for a first down. Brown, the tailback to the left of the quarterback, Kane Donovan, with 2 receivers out wide right and H-back to that side. Play clock down to 7. Donovan receives the snap. Back to the ground game. Brown up the middle has the first down as he plunges ahead to the 31-yard line. Pick up a 4, needed 3. He'll move the sticks.
Well, and a good job by Brown there. He takes that handoff. There's not just a whole lot of room for him to get yards. He chooses, we've talked about this many times, put his foot in the ground, get what you can straight up the field, make your own hole, and he does for first down yardage. Good job.
Of course, last week, 165 yards rushing for the season, 394 for the tailback from Leonard, Texas, DJ Brown. First down and 10 at their own 31. Donovan in the gun. Sends Giazzi Smith in motion. They'll hand off Brown up the middle. Not a lot going there. Maybe a yard to the 32-yard line before taken down on that interior. Making the tackle, Johnny Scales, the senior out of Indianapolis.
Well, you know what? This Southwestern defense is opening up. The middle linebacker, our key player, is backed about 5 yards, 6 yards off the ball, which is pretty deep for an inside linebacker. The other one is flowing off to the edge to try to keep you from getting to the edge. It's a light box that you should be able to run it.
So here is 2nd down and 9. Brown in motion, giving the quarterback 5 wide. Fires over the middle. It's almost picked off. He had it and he lost it. Richard Silva is going to be kicking himself to the sidelines because he had picked that one off, just couldn't hold on to it as he fell to the ground.
Well, they say that's why he plays defense. You know what? The kid threw that one right to him. He's trying to get to the ball to Marquise Gray in the seam. And truth is, if he floats it a little bit, Gray's got a step on the kid, and that's a matchup you want all day, is that big kid trying to cover Marquise Gray. He was just unable to get it to him.
Nido in at defensive tackle for the Bulldogs. To pass, Donovan fires, finds Marquise Gray. And Gray to the 44-yard line, able to pick that up, and a first down after a gain of 12.
Well, what you've seen from a lot of defensive teams ever since Oklahoma Baptist in this zone defense, backing up, trying to cover as much area as they can with these speedy receivers. But the crossing route concept there freed up Gray, and a good throw from the redshirt freshman.
No score as of yet. First offensive possession of the game for either side. Savage Storm moving left to right. Handoff Brown coming near side on an off-tackle run, and a shoestring tackle made on the near side by the defensive end, R.J. Powell. Powell receiving Player of the Week honors in Week 6. And that's pretty impressive when you receive Player of the Week honors in a loss.
Well, he's the defensive end making a play going to the outside, which you would expect, but he's not the defensive end to the play side. He chased that down and made a great play and another tackle for loss. 2nd
down and 11. Donovan receives the snap, looks right. Now he's flushed to the short side of the field, and this time makes the correct decision. Airmails it to the near sideline, and an incomplete pass.
Lived to play another down. The kid rolled out here. He escaped the pocket. There was pressure early in the middle. Looked like he could have hung in there a little bit longer, but he escapes the pocket to the edge. Unable to find a receiver, chose not to put the ball in harm's way.
So 3rd down and 11. Storm so far to this point have converted 3 third downs. They're looking to convert one here. 2 third downs converted. Need to get to the Bulldog 46. Donovan over the middle, has a man. It's Whitley caught inside Bulldog territory, down to the 41. And with that completion of 16, the sticks move again.
Well, I'll tell you what, we've seen the arm strength that Kane Donovan possesses, but right there you saw a really accurate pass. Not bad coverage from the defensive back. Whitley's able to get him on his back, kind of get rebounding position, and that ball is right on target for a big pickup.
Hunter Hawthorne lined up out wide left. He had a career game last week with 111 receiving yards on 6 catches. Donovan receives the snap. Handoff Brown up the middle, bouncing it off left guard. Makes his way to the 35-yard line, pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd down and 4.
Well, we've seen DJ Brown be able to take those handoffs, make jump cuts in the hole. He makes a big one there and makes the big defensive end, R.J. Powell, miss him. And he's able to get to the edge where R.J. Powell had vacated and get a decent pickup on 1st down, about 6 yards.
So now 2nd down and 4. As the Savage Storm roll out 5 wide here. They have Smith and Williams in the 2 slots. Now Smith in motion across the back of Donovan. Quick swing pass out to his sides, eludes a tackler, now does it again, and takes what should have been a tackle for a loss, turns it into a mild gain of 2 down to the 33-yard line.
Well, you know what? That's only a gain of 2 yards, but he made 2 guys miss to get it. And as you alluded to, could have been a tackle for loss. Good job making those guys miss and getting what he could. Brings up a 3rd and short here. Likely 4-down territory, just to be looking forward if you don't get it here.
3rd down and 2. 5 wide again for the Savage Storm. Snap comes from the left hash. Now Smith in motion to the backfield. He'll line up to the left of the cornerback, Donovan. Receiving the snap, give to Smith. Whittles into the hole, and nothing developed there.
Well, Smith took that handoff and kind of, I guess he's trying to show some patience, let the block set up a little bit. That hole was basically just it was a quick hitter, and he stutter stepped a little bit. The hole closed, whatever was there closed up. He wasn't able to get it, and just as we alluded to, offense staying on the field here on 4th and 2.
4th down has not been kind to the Savage Storm this season, converting just 19% of the time. They're 3 of 16 so far this year. They move Hawthorne in motion. The wide receiver lines up to the left side of the tackle. Zabier receives the snap. Play action, looks right, fires wide open. Whitley caught 25. Cuts at the 20, working the sidelines, keeps it in, 10, and out of bounds just before the 5-yard line.
Yep, they gave him the progress all the way down there. I guess he was able to tiptoe the whole way right there. They bunched everybody up in the middle, then got Gray on a deep out. Whitley underneath him in the flat. Of course, Gray, the All-American, is going to cause a lot of attention. He did. 2 defensive backs went with him. Whitley wide open, as you alluded to, and a big 1st down pickup there. Now finish this drive.
A 27-yard pickup has them setting in the red zone deep. 1st and goal from the 6. Donovan in the gun, receives the snap, give to Brown, and he's taken out by Silva. And another lost play back to the 8-yard line. Loss of 2 on that one.
Well, we've seen that look, and I wonder if you're not going to see Coach Rainwater maybe give Donovan a chance to pull that ball, because the Bulldog defense right now is really collapsing on this run, trying to get behind and get DJ for losses. They did it there, but if he pulls that, he walks into the end zone.
We've seen Donovan run. His first play from scrimmage was in Ouachita, and it was a 23-yard gain. Came up with a fist pump 1st down. Donovan in the gun here, 2nd and goal from the 8, looking to pass. Rolls out to his right, has Brown. Don't know if he sees him. He does late, and then throws it away.
A little bit of a late hit there, but not on Donovan, so that one's probably okay, and a good decision there. Once again, I'd like to see the kid stay in the pocket a little bit longer. He had a pretty decent pocket to stay there and look at. When you escape like that, you effectively eliminate the left-hand side of the field. So he's just got right-hand side throws and just nobody open.
15th play of the drive coming up here after this snap. Storm will have used up over 8 minutes of game clock. Donovan in the gun, Brown to his left, 2 receivers to either side. Donovan to pass. Donovan will now tuck and run. Now dishes it out. Has a man. It's Brown caught. And a great job by Kane Donovan for holding up right before the line of scrimmage, releasing that one. We could see a potential challenge here from Coach Bruce McCoy, but looking at the replay, he was at the 10 when you let that one loose. And it's an 8-yard touchdown pass to DJ Brown. And for Brown, it's his first touchdown reception of the season. On for the extra point, Dylan Cox into the south uprights. Snap is back, hold his down kick into the Steubenville Chevrolet logo in the south end zone. Storm lead early, 7-0. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
What sets Arnett Insurance apart? 11 agents, each with at least a decade and a combined 274 years of experience. As an independent insurance agency, the staff at Arnett Insurance has the means to find rates that fit your lifestyle and budget. You'll find a variety of insurance companies working for your business, home, life, auto, and commercial. Insurance working for you. What a concept. Arnett Insurance, 1116 West Main, and online at arnettinsurance.com. That's arnettinsurance.com.
Cherokee Communications believes good things come in threes, like 3-pointers, epic movie trilogies, and great home service. That's why Cherokee offers HD TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. And right now, you can get any service or all three for one low cost. Get HD TV, internet, and home phone from Cherokee Communications and score 3 for the home team. Visit CherokeeCom.com today.
Back in time for a Texoma Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap. Storm on the board first, 7-0.
Well, if that's not their longest drive of the season, it's got to be close. 16 plays, 80 yards, 7 minutes and 56 seconds on the clock. Kane Donovan finds D.J. Brown, 8-yard touchdown pass to open this one up in a 7-0 lead.
Of course, again, Texoma Chevy Dealers, they are a proud sponsor of the Southeastern Sports Network. At Chevy truck season, find your Silverado at any one of your local Texoma Chevy Dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads. 7:04 to play. That's a big stat, 7-0. And I'll tell you why after this U.S. Cellular kickoff as Jackson Nally tees it up at the 35-yard line. And a drop kick that goes deep to the right. They'll let it go out of bounds, and it'll be a procedure penalty. You know, you look at, I mentioned in the First United Bank pregame show, last 2 games, Southwestern, Oklahoma State losing those games each by a single score. Tech 9-7, Oklahoma Baptist 20-13. Those, however, were home games. On the road, they're 0-3. They have been outscored 163-28 this season on the road, including the last 2 with losses at Southern Nazarene and at Harding. Now, granted, Harding is going to tip the scales a little bit. The final of that one was 64-0, but still yet, they've been outscored their last 2 road games 105-7.
Well, they're struggling, and we talked about that. Come out here defensively. Don't give them any big plays, as we talked about, and maybe even make a big play, make a statement early, or even score.
Of course, they give up a kind of a play. They start at the 35. Shelby to pass, first time today, and he's under pressure, and he's sacked. Taken down at the 24-yard line, and basically everyone on the front line getting in on that party.
Well, you know what? The Shelby, the young quarterback, drops back, takes a look just to his left. He's got 2 receivers in the route. Both of them are very well covered. He tries to put it down and take off running, and this defensive line had good discipline to be able to bring him down.
Bulldogs wearing the slate gray jerseys as navy blue numerals and lettering trimmed in that powder blue as Shelby is lit up trying to execute a quarterback draw. And Cam Tate back there, tackle for no gain on the play, and it's 3rd down and 11.
Yeah.
Savage Storm today, they're donning the royal blue home jerseys, white numerals and lettering trimmed in yellow gold. They've got the white pants with the royal blue to yellow gold stripe going down the side, and the white hats with the blue SC logo trimmed in yellow gold as well. Bulldogs donning white helmets with numerals on the left side and nothing on the right. Shelby, if you notice, no numerals on his helmet. He's wearing number 11, was wearing number 39 the last couple of games. In the gun here on 3rd and 11. Back to pass. Airs it out, has a man caught, and it's going to be short of the first down sticks. He's driven out of bounds here on the near sideline at the 44-yard line. Wow, what a fortuitous spot they gave him there.
Wow.
I mean, that.
Oh, they moved it back. They moved it back to the 44. I think that's about right. But initially, he had it all the way up to the 45, which really would have been a first down. Now, 4th and a yard. Expect this Southwestern offense to come out here and try to get 3 feet.
Ridden out by Caden Carter. Carter, the junior defensive back, making that tackle, and it's 4th and 1, and a decision to be made here. Bulldogs have gone for it on 4th down only 4 times this season. They're 3 of 4, and now Coach McCoy wants a timeout. We'll take one with him. 4:58 to play here in the first. 7-0 Southeastern on top on the Southeastern Sports Network.
I am more than a craftsman.
I am more than a firefighter.
More than a teacher.
Than a student.
A business owner.
Than a leader.
A healer.
I am more than a champion.
Chata, Ilfina
Choctaw Elefanachili.
I am Choctaw proud.
I am Choctaw proud.
I am Choctaw proud.
We are the Choctaw Nation, and together we're more.
Holiday Inn Express IHG Durant is the champion's choice, conveniently located just off Highway 75 near restaurants and shopping. Holiday Inn Express Durant has 98 rooms, complete with a business center and conference room for work and a pool and a hot tub for play. Only 2 miles from the Southeastern campus and just 10 minutes from Choctaw Casino Resorts. Book your stay today at ihg.com. That's ihg.com. Holiday Inn Express Durant, proud partner of Southeastern Sports Network.
Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma opening doors for tribal members and their neighbors so that all of Oklahoma can prosper. Find out how by visiting ChoctawNation.com. And don't miss the big powwow coming up at the Cultural Center November 3rd and 4th here in Durant. 4th down and 1 for the Bulldogs here. Shelby in the gun mishandles a snap. It goes right into the tailback's hands, and Cam Tate snuffs it out. Also there on the tackle, Jordan Hood. And a turnover on downs. He'll set up the Storm in plus territory at the Bulldog 44-yard line as we welcome you back to Paul Laird Field. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Bob Sullins, our video technical director, getting everything out. And, of course, back at the Worldwide Studios, we have one Cobain Reed. Talk about Ruse McCoy, first-year head coach. Was defensive coordinator a year ago. Was a standout linebacker for Southwestern Oklahoma State. And now is the 24th head coach in Southwestern history, but this season not starting off as he had planned. Hurt in motion out of the backfield to the left flat. Donovan to pass, fires, finds Hawthorne. Hawthorne 30, 25, cuts inside, still on his feet, and down inside the 20-yard line, Hunter Hawthorne. He had 6 catches a week ago. That's his first of the day, and it sets up the Storm again inside the red zone at the 16.
Well, we've seen Hawthorne step up several times this year, just kind of become that possession receiver. He does a great job here on the crossing route. Good throw from the kid. He makes the first guy miss and just turns on whatever jets he's got, and then breaks a tackle at the end of it. Great play. 28-yard pickup has the Storm knocking on the door again. Donovan in the gun. Handoff, a little trickery here as it's a reverse. Whitley trying to get to the edge, does. Now just makes the career decision and walks out of bounds at the 14. All that for a gain of 2. 2nd and 8 on the way. Well, you've got a defense right now that's got to be aggressive. They've got to try to get a stop here. They know where their offense is, and they try to use that aggressiveness against them running the reverse. Also credit Kane Donovan as he wanted to throw the big blindside block, chose not to. Good decision.
And even threw his hands up like, I'm not touching him, sir. No need for a flag here. Hurt in motion out to the right, pumps that way, now goes to the end zone, has a man, it's Smith, and it's dropped just a little bit short. Giazzi Smith couldn't haul it in. He had beaten the coverage, but an incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 8.
Well, he's running a corner route against this zone defense. A drive to the safety and then break to the flag as opposed to the post out to the corner of the end zone, and that ball just a little bit underthrown from the redshirt freshman. He had him. Had he been able to get it on target, we would have cued the fight song.
Donovan in the gun from the left hash on what is 3rd down and 8 for the Bulldog 14. Back to pass here, pressure off the corner, and just throws it away. Really didn't have a choice. There was pressure in his face from the get-go. I believe it was Trufant that came off of that edge. Silva was there as well. Actually, it was Freddie Mango, the roving linebacker, and Silva with that penetration. And so we get to see Dylan Cox, who had a couple of field goal makes last week, had a miss as well. So far this season, he's 5 of 8. This will be a 31-yard attempt from the left hash. The breeze has quietened. A line drive kick, and this kick is good. 10-0, 3:24 to play here in the first quarter. Savage Storm football continues in a moment on the Southeastern Sports Network.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
Storm get it in plus territory, and they start the drive with a big 28-yard connection to Hunter Hawthorne, but unable to punch it in for 6. However, they do convert in the red zone. Here's Rob Johnson with a Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap.
Yeah, that one went 4 plays and 30 yards. Only a minute and 28 seconds off the clock. Dylan Cox did convert it with a 31-yard field goal that was good and extends this lead to 10-0. It's not a touchdown, but it's 2 for 2 in the red zone so far. So check that box to this point.
It is Chevy truck season. Chevrolet find new roads as we get set for your U.S. Cellular kickoff. As Nally boots this one away, no procedure penalty coming here. It's kicked to an up-man, fair caught at the 24-yard line. As making that grab for the Bulldogs, TJ Easter. And with that, the Bulldogs are out on offense for the second time with 3:24 to go here in the first quarter, down 10-0.
Well, this defense can't technically claim a turnover on that first drive. However, 4 downs and turned this Southwestern offense away, able to get great field position for their offense, who extends the lead, and now another opportunity to try to make a statement play here.
So far, Storm have ran 20 plays to Southwestern's 4. Remember that first drive, a 16-yard drive or 16-play drive. Shelby in the gun. Receives the snap, design quarterback draw, trying to break down the defense. He whittles it up and then loses the football for a moment, it appeared. Gain of 4, though, to the 29-yard line, 2nd and 6 on the way.
Well, you can see that Southwestern basically is giving the young quarterback, and you said it, they're down to their 4th-string guy. They're giving him one read, and if it's not there, they're just telling him to be an athlete. Good job by this defensive front, and specifically Cam Tate. That's got to be at least 3 tackles that I can remember doing a good job spying this athletic quarterback.
One thing to watch, Shelby appeared to be hampering a little bit. He'll run it here. Comes near side, goes down at the 30-yard line. Tate again in on the tackle. Also there was Caleb Nettles. We've said his name a few times in the last couple of weeks. Again, that interior for Southeastern Oklahoma State, they've been solid. Fred Hardy out there playing right now. Also Caleb Jackson. It's been a strong rotation. Cameron Pumphrey, the South Hill Scorpion. And so far this year, that's been the unit leading the defense. So 3rd down and 5 after that gain of 1. Back to Shelby looking to pass. Fires pass, almost picked off, and then it's Easter with the catch. Easter up the near sideline, leveled by Tate at the 49-yard line. But it is a gain of 21 and a Bulldog first down, their first of the afternoon.
Well, almost picked off right there, and if he picks that off, he's gonna have a lot of green turf in front of him on his way to the end zone. Unfortunately, the ball snuck through there, and then Easter's able to turn it up and get the first down for this Southwestern offense.
Yeah, it was Tavion Williams. They had a beat on the football. It's just Easter muscled it away. Shelby to pass here on 1st and 10. Fires pass, caught, a diving grab short of the first down sticks at the Storm 39-yard line. So a gain of 9 on the play brings up 2nd down and 1, and now Southwestern's offense, after that conversion, starting to show a little traction here.
Well, defensively, Southeastern's been content to try to man up against these receivers. Obviously not terribly scared of the receiving core, but might need to look at a little more zone and maybe give this quarterback a different look.
Have Troy Henderson in at tailback. He's to the right of the quarterback, Shelby. Now in motion across the formation is Toches. And now a flag, a false start, and they'll short-circuit things a little bit. 2nd down and 6 on the way.
Yeah, that's one of those where they had a 2nd and 1. You got all kinds of options from the playbook, but that false start's going to set them back and turn this into a 2nd and 6. Be interesting to see, again, what Southeastern does against this receiving core right here.
It moves the Bulldogs back to the 44-yard line, plus territory here, 2nd and 6. 41 seconds remaining in the quarter. Shelby to pass. He's backpedaling. He's in trouble. He gets rid of it. And fortunately for the Bulldogs, didn't keep it in bounds. Caleb High was lurking over there with no one around. Incomplete pass stops the clock with 34 ticks remaining here in the first. Storm leading 10-0, and it's 3rd down and 6.
Well, great pressure from a couple of different Savage Storm defenders. And really, if he had floated it out there, he had a receiver that he overthrew throwing it away. If he's able to float it out there, he might at least get some positive yardage. But big 3rd down here.
Big 3rd down for the Bulldogs, who have struggled this season, converting just 34% of the time. Firing right side pass caught by the slot man Reed, but not nearly enough. Williams, who missed the interception to begin the drive, makes the open field stop right at a yard beyond the line of scrimmage. And so it's 4th down and 5. We saw the Bulldogs go for it in minus territory. You're going to see them go for it again here, although you may not see it till the second quarter. Only 10 seconds remaining. There does not seem to be any sense of urgency here by Shelby and company, although they are lined up. And now the final gun here in the first quarter. 10-0 our score. Southeastern Oklahoma State in front. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Two of the most recognizable voices in country music, Josh Turner and Sarah Evans. Saturday, November 25th, Choctaw Casino Resort, Durant. A 20th anniversary celebration of their albums Long Black Train and Restless. Josh Turner and Sarah Evans live. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Welcome back, everyone. Paul Laird Field after one quarter of play. Savage Storm dominating on some key statistics. Time of possession, 9:24 in that first quarter, and 20 plays to 10 snaps for Southwestern. They lead 10-0 as you welcome you back to Paul Laird Field for this 4th down and 5 for the Bulldogs. Now going north to south. Shelby in the gun from the right hash, receives the snap, looking, fires, pass, broken up. There in coverage was Caden Carter. Carter, the junior out of Carrollton, Texas, Hebron High School product, breaks it up, and another turnover on downs will set up the Savage Storm at the 43. You and I, along with Bob, were talking there in the break. Not necessarily a surprise that they went for it, but perhaps with the way that defense is and with a young quarterback, they should have punted it there.
Absolutely. I mean, you're giving Southeastern another relatively short field here.
So here is Donovan in the gun. Again, he has looked pretty solid so far. The young quarterback getting his first career start, the redshirt freshman out of John Marshall High School. And as Coach Atterbury says, plays with a lot of juice. He's got Brown to his left. Handoff Brown. Brown trying to whittle it up the middle. Nothing going there. And there hasn't been a lot there today as far as the ground game goes. As making that tackle for Southwestern Oklahoma State was Jabrion Peters. So Peters, the defensive lineman from Duncanville, Texas, making that tackle. 2nd down and 9 now. 2 receivers stacked to the far side of the field. And back to the ground game. Brown running off right tackle over midfield, and he may have the first down run. He does if the spot holds. They are moving the sticks. 10-yard pickup for DJ Brown.
Well, the one thing you're seeing from this Bulldog defense, at least here early, is the fact that they're trying to bring those edge rushers, which you would certainly expect to try to set the edge. We talked about how good those guys are, but they're leaving that soft middle with just 3 guys, and they're able to exploit it with a little bit of a draw look.
Gray and Williams stacked along the left side numbers. But again, it's the ground game, and it's Brown over 45 down to the Bulldog 44-yard line.
Again, exploiting right there between the guards, just trying to get straight at this defense. Stay away from those two edge rushers, and you've got 3 guys versus 3 guys. You give your running back the football and kind of expect him to at least be able to get 3 yards in a cloud of tire pellets. That's what we got to say these days. And he did it there. Good job, DJ Brown.
2nd down and 7. Clock rolling toward the 13-minute mark here early in the second. Donovan to pass. Floats it out, right side, Brown wide open, 40. Makes a cut, 35, keeps his footing inside the 30, and he'll fight his way down to the 25. It's a 19-yard pickup for DJ Brown, who has not been active in the receiving game this season, had just 6 catches coming into today's game. He's had a couple, including one for a touchdown, and that's a career long for DJ Brown, and really just kind of playing safety valve there for the young quarterback, Kane Donovan.
Yeah, they're bringing extra people. Can't block them all, but the young quarterback floats him one, and he got big yards.
H-back to the left side. They'll go back to the ground game. It's Brown again. And again, it's Richard Silva. Silva coming off of a big game last week. We talked a lot about Logan Monroe as our key player on the defensive side of the ball, the linebacker from Bishop Lynch High School, and, of course, leading tackler in the GAC. Silva's right there on his heels, 55 tackles coming into today's game, and that's about his 4th stop this afternoon.
Did a great job.
2nd down and 10 from the right hash, 2 receivers to the left. It's Gray and Williams again. The first time we've really seen this formation this season, at least consistently. The H-back or tight end off the left side is the big Cody Scott, 6'6", 260. Now they send Hurd in motion out into the right flat. Donovan to pass, rifles one, was going toward Hunter Hawthorne, and he was well covered over there on the far side by Mason Daugherty, the junior out of Crandall, Texas.
Well covered, but the defensive back is in a trail position. An accurate throw there gets the ball completed. That said, a great pre-snap read with stacked receivers over here on the left. The defense had shifted even the safety that way. It meant you've got that Hawthorne one-on-one. He's able to get across the defensive back space, just unable to make the connection.
A little more traditional look here with 3 wide to the left, wide side of the field. Donovan to pass on 3rd and 10. Donovan looking, sidearms one, finds his man Hawthorne, caught at the 11, has a 1st down as Bulldogs paw at the football, but it's a 1st down gain of 13 down to the 12-yard line.
Well,
on the 3rd down, too.
Forgive me, sorry, Jay. Credit Donovan there. We talked about how he's got a propensity to escape the pocket before he really needs to. There, he just shows a little pocket mobility, stays in the pocket, keeps his eyes downfield, and a nice late throw right on target there.
And so another 3rd and long conversion. That's the 3rd today for Southeastern. Hurt to the right as he'll take the handoff running left side and has his legs taken out from underneath. DeAndre Scott, the Ardmore, Oklahoma product, making that tackle 2 yards into the run. Call it 3 down to the 9-yard line for Ryan Hurt.
Got an injured Bulldog here.
While they check him out, we'll go ahead and take this opportunity to tell you about Discover Durant. Be sure to check out our player profiles each and every week. They're brought to you by Discover Durant, and you can go to the Mix 96.1 Facebook page, or you can also go to the Go Southeastern Facebook page, and there you will find our player profiles. Of course, right now in season football and volleyball, those are the player profiles that are going up here. Soon enough, basketball will be featured as the basketball season just a little over a month away. And actually shorter than that, men's basketball will actually fire up on November the 4th. Wow, we're already to that time. And the funny thing is typically this time of year you want to be inside the gym. Well, this time you're going to be inside the gym with the AC on. We may have to call up Shelburne Heating and Air to get a little refurb on Bloomer Sullivan Arena. 10:55 to play here in this second quarter, 10-0. They remove the injured player, who, by the way, was Johnny Scales. Brown to the left of Donovan, 4 wide here on 2nd down and 7. A little floater out to the left flat, finds Brown, up-ended flag, though, and that's in the vicinity of a hold, and this could bring the Storm backwards, and that is the call.
It sure is, and I think they they could have actually gotten a couple of guys right there. They were holding one of the defensive ends. This one not R.J. Powell, the other side. And
is Engel, who is being held there.
Right, and I think R.J. Powell was too, if you want to know the truth. But that said, the holding penalty will move them back here. That was just kind of a disjointed play. It looked like they had clear one-on-one over on the far side of the field, and I think he's going to get the same look again here.
So second down now and 17. Line to gain is the 2. Back to pass is Donovan. Floats this one out, a little screen to Brown. Brown 15, Brown 10, Brown 5, and slips. He was trying to make a cut back inside toward the end zone. He should have a first down to the 2 with a pickup of 17. 10th play of the drive coming up here as we close in on the 10-minute mark in the second. The Savage Storm leading 10-0.
Great call. Great call on the screen, and it was well executed. I had my hands in the air when he caught the football. If he just doesn't slip, he's able to get in relatively easy right there. Had 2 blockers in front of him, no defenders.
Storm had this situation last week, but they were turned away. Remember, they had 4 tries inside the 5 against Southern Naz. Play action. Donovan in trouble and flings it. Pass caught. Brown, his second touchdown reception of the day. As Brown comes up firing pistols at Engel, who leveled him after delivering that pass, and Brown somehow, he just found him, he leaked out, and the pass is caught. Touchdown Southeastern, 16-0.
Well, we've seen a couple of situations, not just on the screenplay, but the long one to Brown over here, and even the last touchdown. They're not accounting for Brown defensively, and Tane Donovan taking advantage of it.
So here is the extra point from Dylan Cox. Snap is back, hold is down, kick is on the way, and it is good. 17-0, Storm in front, 9:43 to play here in the first half. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the 8 ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor, because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
Difficult times remind me to take stock of what's most important. And as a farmer's agent, I'm here for you and your family when those moments arise. I can explain your insurance options so you can select coverage that fits your needs, because I take pride in being able to help you protect the things that matter most. Call me, Al Olson, at 580-924-3898 to learn more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Welcome back, everyone. Paul Laird Field, where Southeastern Oklahoma State, they have a 17-point advantage here early in the second half. 9:43 to play. Here's Rob with your Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap.
Well, 10 plays and 57 yards after taking over off of another 4th down stop from this defense. 5:02 on the time on the clock. Donovan to Brown for the second time from this one from 1 yard out, and a extension of this lead.
It is Chevy truck season. Find your Silverado at any one of your local Texoma Chevy dealers. Great incentives on remaining 23 models. Chevrolet, find new roads. Your U.S. Cellular kickoff will be a south to north boot for Jackson Nally, his first touch of the day, and with the wind at his back, it flies halfway into the end zone and out of the back of it. As U.S. Cellular, new customers who add a line and bring their own qualifying device from another carrier can get a $600 virtual promo card. Terms do apply. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless. So 9:43 to play here in this first half. And while Southwestern's defense, they have been solid. I mentioned that stat on the road, 0-3, and they have now been outscored 180-28 through essentially 3 games and a quarter and a smidge of a drive, if you will.
Well, it's just not pretty right now. This really couldn't be a much better start for Southeastern. Just got to continue to go. Play to a standard, not a scoreboard.
Snap back to Shelby here. He'll keep on his own design quarterback play, trying to stretch it out to the left. He is leveled there, but there is a flag, maybe a hold, as Tavion Williams making that tackle.
And I think they're going to get the big left tackle, number 70. He did have a big hold of him. And but great discipline from this defense with the misdirection look and continuing to string that out. This quarterback is athletic. We'll give him that, but great job with gap discipline on the edge there.
So they will walk it back to the 15-yard line, and now things go from worse to worser for the Bulldogs. I don't know. Worser. More worse.
More worse.
More worse. And this time a handoff coming near side. Big running room. They didn't see that coming. Up the right sidelines goes Dexter Brown, and he's about to have a house call. 85 yards on the run for Dexter Brown, the grad transfer from Tampa, Florida, who last week had 11 for 52 in a score. He's got one today for 85 in a score.
Wow, that one just it opened right up, and there was really nothing to be said about that one other than he got through the defense relatively early and then showed the speed. A couple guys thought they had the angle on him, and they did not. He turned on the jets and was down the sideline.
Impressive run there for Dexter Brown, who came in from Gardner-Webb University. And McCrary, who is 9 of 9 this season, and make him 10 of 10. We'll go ahead and leave it right here after a home run. As a pretty simple scoring drive recap, I'll handle the duties for you, Rob. How about one play, 85 yards? Of course, there were 2 snaps, the penalty, and the end result, the drive itself lasted a whopping 33 seconds. As there is your Texas Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap. Dexter Brown, his second rushing touchdown of the season, and he doubles his rushing yards on one play, 85 yards the rush. He came in with just 65 rushing yards on the season. So he ripped off a home run there, and it's now 17-7. There's your Texas Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap. Take this opportunity to tell you about Choctaw Nation's Family Violence Prevention Program. If you or someone you know is a victim of domestic violence, the help is available through Choctaw Nation's Family Violence Prevention Program. They can help in a variety of ways. The help is free. It's confidential. It's open to anyone. Call 1-800-522-6170 to speak with a member of Choctaw Nation's Family Violence Prevention Program.
One of those statistical anomalies. It's a one-play 75-yard drive, but Brown gets credit for an 85-yard run. Some people might not quite understand that, but you don't count the penalty in the drive. So a statistical anomaly, and more importantly, a defensive anomaly from this Southeastern defense that's done a great job against this running game early. Right there, they just give up the big play.
And to tell you another anomaly stat, that rush is 19 yards more than the Bulldogs average per game on the ground. They came in averaging just 66 yards rushing per outing. So a quick hit score makes it only a 10-point game here. Southeastern Oklahoma State soon to send their offense back out. Your U.S. Cellular kickoff filled it at the 27. And here's Williams across midfield. Jets are on, and Williams driven out of bounds at the 35-yard line as he is depleted on the home sidelines by Justin Underwood. But the big return by Williams, and the Storm are setting deep in plus territory again. They'll begin this drive at the Bulldog 35-yard line with 9:03 to play here in the second quarter.
Well, we talked about in our keys to the game not giving this offense any big plays. They gave them one, and that's bottom line, so they let him onto the scoreboard here. But a great answer from Williams on the return there. Does a great job getting down the sidelines. Now, go to our other key. Finish this drive.
Unofficially a 40-yard return there by Williams, and it sets up first down and 10. 2 receivers right, 1 to the left. They'll hand off Brown. Brown has nowhere to go.
Well, there's that guy, R.J. Powell again. He was the other potential key player that we had discussed, and he does a great job getting off the block from Dorian Maple. Redshirt freshman's got his hands full today, and we talked about that in our key players as well. Just does a great job shedding the block and making the tackle.
Got a little help from his leading tackling linebacker, Logan Monroe, there also. Second down and 10. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Now Brown in motion out of the backfield to the right flat. They'll fling it that way, and it's just too high. Way out of bounds, 3rd down and 10. Storm have converted 3 third and longs today, which has been impressive. They've struggled in that capacity so far this season, but this is a big one with it only a 10-point game now and 8:25 to go in the second quarter.
Well, and I'll tell you what Kane Donovan saw. He's had DJ Brown wide open all day long. The defender had had accounted for him that time and he got ready to float one out there, it would not have ended well.
4 wide, 2 to each side. Williams the left slot. Instead, they hand off up the middle. It's Brown stumbling over the 30, down to the 28 with that gain. It's going to bring up a decision here for Coach Bo Atterbury on what is 3rd and 3.
Well, and an interesting call, but now they're going to go with some tempo.
Maybe try to bark him off as Donovan in the gun. 4 wide, 2 to each side. Ball between the hashes. And after a few barks, now look to the near sideline. Play clock slides under 20. Game clock sliding under 8 here in the second quarter. Donovan now has it situated, 2 to each side. On 4th down and 3, receives the snap, shows the handoff instead, fires right side, caught Gray, 15, 10, end zone. Marquise Gray, the All-American, with a 28-yard touchdown reception on 4th and 3, and the Stormer back on the board, 23-7.
Great throw, and he fakes out there to the flat. Once again, another in-game adjustment from Coach Rainwater. He fakes the throw to the flat, draws the safety up, and then there goes the All-American on a quick post. Good, accurate throw from Donovan, and you're in the end zone.
So here's Dylan Cox for the extra point kick on the way, and this one is no good. 23-7 our score. Cox missing the extra point for just the 3rd time this season. Storm so in front, 23-7. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Quality Inn and Suites in Durant is a 62-room property complete with an outdoor pool and large breakfast lounge area. Plus, guest laundry available for extended stay needs. Just 15 minutes from Lake Texoma, 10 minutes from Choctaw Casino and Resorts, and 5 minutes from the Southeastern campus. Quality Inn and Suites, Durant, whether on business, travel, a weekend getaway, or coming to town to catch the game, book your stay directly today at choicehotels.com. That's choicehotels.com for Quality Inn and Suites, Durant.
Welcome back, everyone. Southeastern Oklahoma State in front over Southwestern, 23-7. Your Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap coming up after this. What is your U.S. Cellular south to north, right to left kickoff? The best deal in wireless for lines as low as $19.99 for a year. Terms do apply. And the U.S. Cellular kickoff, Nally with that wind at his back. Just a light breeze now, but a touchback. And here's Rob with your Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap.
Well, the latest one here goes 4 plays, 35 yards, a minute 28 seconds off the clock. Donovan with his 3rd touchdown pass of the afternoon. This one to Marquise Gray for 28 yards and a great answer to that big play from Southwestern.
Of course, the Storm were aided by excellent starting field position beginning at the 35. The return by Williams set that up, and then going for it on 4th down, they convert. They've converted on 2 4th downs today. They had converted just 3 4th downs all season. Snap back to Shelby, and he'll keep on his own, running left side, and trying to get to the edge, and there's just nothing there. Javion Gardner on the stop. Also there, big number 91, Kevin Sims, the senior from Prosper, Texas, as Gardner shaken up on the play, and we'll go ahead and step aside for this injury timeout. 7:22 to go, 23-7 our score. Storm in front, but Javion Gardner shaken up. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it with small steps. Spend it with giant leaps. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant. 4 straight Thursdays of free concerts, September 21st through October 12th. Featuring the Cleverleys, Mike and the Moonpies, Tracy Bird, and The Great Divide. The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant in partnership with the City of Durant. For more info, contact the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce or visit discoverdurant.com. That's discoverdurant.com.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it quietly. Spend it as loud as you can. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Welcome back, everyone. Javion Gardner gingerly walking off with the help of the training staff here at Paul Laird Field as the two teams back out on the field for this 2nd down and 10. Can't really diagnose what that was. Appeared to be perhaps a knee injury, but we've seen something similar this season, and then saw a player come right back about 5 snaps later, so we don't know the severity of it. 3 receivers left for the quarterback, Sean Shelby, the redshirt sophomore from LaPlace, Louisiana, and recruited as a defensive back. He did play quarterback in high school, and after a couple of injuries, he finds himself as the starting quarterback of a Division II program in Southwestern. They'll hand off here, and it's Dexter Brown again. This time he won't get to the edge. This time he is upended. Xavion Wright out in the open field making that tackle. And after he slid under the radar for 85 yards a minute ago, I believe that Coach Smith, Coach Atterbury said, hey, keep an eye on number 6, and they did there for a loss of 1.
The last carry went 85 yards. Now he's got 2 for 84. Let's put it that way. So a much better job playing disciplined football against the run there. Now you're going to have to – you may get a chance to pick one right here.
3rd down and 11. Snap back to Shelby. He'll dump it out to Brown in the left flat, trying to get to the edge, and he should be short of a first down. Mikey Hookfin went in at the knees. They'll have it, though, right at the line to gain at the 35, and the sticks will move after a pickup of 11.
Looked like a good mark. He got hit low there, but was able to kind of launch forward, and looked like they got that one pretty close. It's just short of the 35, but all it's got to do is be touching the 35-yard line, and it's close, but I guess it is.
Only the second 3rd down conversion of the day for Southwestern. 1st down and 10 now from their own 35-yard line. Send the tight end in motion to the left side of the field. Shelby over the middle. Pass caught. Easter. He's hit by Williams, but then kind of bounces off of him. A big body in Easter. I mean, he is a big guy, listed at 6'3", 230 from Long Beach Community College out in California. And Williams, by the way, just so you for our good friend Derek Reed for the WWE comparison, Williams listed at 5'11", 180. That's when you wrap up and tackle. You don't try to come in for the kill shot, and he did, and Easter made him pay. He may have done more damage than Williams did. Handoff running left side here and into the hole, and then fighting his way, clawing for it near midfield is Ethan Heisch. First time we've seen the 5'11 junior out of Edmond, Oklahoma. Played his high school days at Edmond Santa Fe, and he picks up 3 on the play. 2nd down and 7 coming up here.
Well, the Bulldogs know they have to have some kind of threat of a running game. They've not been able to get anything straight ahead, so they've changed things a little bit, gone to misdirection and kind of stretch looks. There they are able to get a cut-up field.
4:20 remaining in the quarter. Shelby receives a snap on 2nd and 6. Jump pass over the middle, and a flag and a hold, and this will be coming back. What appeared to be a pancake block by Daniel Bollinger, the big redshirt sophomore out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. Instead is a hold.
Yeah, it was pretty flagrant. I don't know if we can get a replay, but he got a big old handful of jersey and then tripped the kid and jumped on top of him. So you got a tripping, a holding. They called the holding. And interesting, it looks like Southeastern will decline that.
Declining the penalty here.
Bring up a 3rd down now, right?
Yep. Saw that actually last night in action. The high school broadcast electing to take the loss of down rather than the penalty. We'll see if it pays off here for Southeastern Oklahoma State and defensive coordinator Brandon Smith. Snap coming from the left hash with 4 wide to pass. Shelby. He's flushed backwards, looking, fires, pass is caught. Should be down short of the first down. He is, as Elijah Reed made that catch right in front of the defensive back and linebacker Donovan McKnight, who has played sparingly in recent weeks. He's been battling some injury, but he's back in the lineup now, and right there, making a tackle, stopping at 2 yards short of a first down. And here is 4th down and 2. So far today, Bulldogs are 0 for 2 on 4th downs. Going for it here, 8th play of the drive. Shelby in the gun, receives the snap. Looking left, fires, pass, too short, incomplete. In coverage, Mikey Hookfin, our player spotlight interviewee. He was draped over Zion Mercer, the sophomore from Panhandle High School out in Amarillo, and another turnover on downs, the third of the day created by the Savage Storm defense.
Third time. You got the one big play that ended up in the end zone on a one-play drive. Other than that, it's been 3 drives that have ended up in turnovers on downs. We have yet to see the Southwestern punter, but another good opportunity at field position for this offense would take advantage of it and extend this lead.
They do have one. It's Dayton Thrower, and he has punted 53 times this season for 37 yards a punt. But here is first down and 10 from their own 45 with 3:31 to play here in the first half and leading 23-7. An early movement as Kane Donovan barking at the offensive line there, and a false start the call on Southeastern.
So much for the redshirt freshman kind of staying in his place. Shows a little leadership there, telling that big old line. We just talked about this. Did I not just tell you when we were snapping the ball just a second ago? And you know what? His point's well made.
First down and 15 now back at their own 40-yard line. Donovan, handoff. Brown coming to the near side. Doesn't have much running room. He is wrapped up, taken down. Leading tackler Logan Monroe on the stop after a gain of 1.
Well, this defense, this Southwestern defense, they're doing a great job against the running game. But I'll tell you what they are, and we saw the reverse earlier to try to take advantage of this, and that is they are overly aggressive to pursue the ball. I'd be shocked if we don't see an adjustment at halftime for Kane Donovan to pull a couple of those and get around the edge.
Donovan here with 4 wide, 2 to each side. Now Brown in motion out to the right flat. Donovan looking to pass. Looking, pressured, finds Brown. Brown now over the 45 into the midfield stripe. He's down at the 49, and it sets up third and a manageable 4.
DJ Brown's got a flat route here, and he goes to turn it up the field. You see on the replay, does a great job adjusting his route, stopping and coming back to the young quarterback. The quarterback puts it right on his numbers to make this a manageable third down. Great job adjusting your route by DJ Brown there.
So third down and 4, clock ticking here, 2:20 to play in this first half. Storm up by a couple of scores, trying to make it 3 as we head toward halftime. Now Hurt in the backfield. He receives a swing pass out into the left flat, sidesteps a man. Hurt now first down over the 45. And it could have been an even bigger play had the tackle not been made by Ty Tucker, the defensive back from Jones High School in the Oklahoma City area, making that tackle, but made it a bit too late after a gain of 7. The sticks will move, and the clock continues to roll. Southeastern with all 3 timeouts remaining.
Great job by Hurt. First of all, making the catch. It was a little bit behind him. Shows the athleticism, makes a couple people miss, and gets the first down.
4 wide, 2 to each side. It's Hurt in the right flat as Donovan looking to pass. Sidearms one. What a catch. Wow. Caleb Whitley, a fingertip grab with 2 defenders, 1 in front, 1 behind, and somehow he hauls that one in down to the 28, a gain of 14.
Good job. Pocket presence by Donovan. Mobility in the pocket as opposed to escaping the pocket. Great job. Keeps his eyes downfield, makes the throw, and Whitley bails him out with this fingertip one-hand catch right there.
Checking
and
for
another first
Stickum.
down. No
Here's
kidding.
Hurt taking the handoff and into the pile. Hurt. And I mean, just taken off of his feet by Richard Silva and just bounces right back up.
The Energizer Bunny. We've talked about him all year. He's diminutive. He's not very big, but he just continues to show up. Looks like maybe a timeout here.
A timeout on the field. We'll go ahead and leave it right here. Remind you, Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show on the way. Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma opening doors for tribal members and their neighbors so that all of Oklahoma can prosper. Find out how by visiting ChoctawNation.com. And be sure to visit the Choctaw Nation Cultural Center just across from Choctaw Casino Resort Durant on 75 in, I guess you could say, Durant-Calera. It's right there on that line. They have a magnificent facility. They've got the annual powwow coming up here in a few weeks. It's always the first weekend of November. And that going on out at the Choctaw Cultural Center. A ton of events taking place out there over the 3-day weekend. Minute 5 to go here in the second quarter. Southeastern on the move after DJ Brown bailing him out with a third down catch, a conversion there, and then Caleb Whitley following that up with an unbelievable catch. And after the run by Ryan Hurt, Savage Storm are sitting here knocking on the door of the red zone again. They lead 23-7.
Well, we talked in our key player segment about these two tackles. They've done a relatively good job on these two rush ins, but credit to the redshirt freshman. He's played. It's not his first time on the field, but we talked about it being his first start, and 15 of 22 for 207 and 3 scores. Not a terrible start.
2nd down and 3 here. Donovan in the gun. This time has Gray in the left slot. Whitley out wide left. Now Gray in motion, setting up those two receivers to each side. Press coverage on the edge, and it's to Gray. Receiver pass. Gray fires, pass. Picked off, it appears.
Yep.
And an interception in the end zone. Hawthorne couldn't break it up, as the Savage Storm might have gotten a little too cute there.
Yeah, I think maybe they overthought that one a little bit. It really isn't there. Southwestern did a great job, staying on their keys and covering the receivers up. I want to know if he caught the ball. It looked like it might have hit the ground there.
Of course, it is something that could be challenged. And
you see the replay here. The ball comes in. He definitely catches it here. But there you can see it dropping. His back's to us. But it was definitely loose as he came down. So I'd be interested to see. Of course, the question becomes, what angle do they have to be able to look at it?
Yeah, and it appears as though Coach Bo Atterbury's not going to waste his time, although he does have the timeout.
Well, and we talked about that, I believe it was a week ago, him using the challenge to get a good look at something, because it's a timeout he's probably not going to be able to save and take to the locker room with him. Just a heads up, as I look to my right, DJ Brown going into the locker room early. Hope he's okay.
Handoff here, coming near side. It is Brown getting to the edge, and he'll dance out of bounds down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and 5 on the way.
Well, that last play did come from the 21-yard line, so technically not a red zone failure, but certainly would like to have finished that drive more positively than you did. That said, decent job on first down here, keeping things in front of you with just under a minute left.
Well, remember, Southwestern now setting with their timeouts as well, and they have the ball coming out of the halftime break. So they could turn things here. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Shelby in the gun, receives the snap, fires out right side, pass is caught, and escaping out of bounds is Taylor Tosquez, the junior from Temecula, California. He leads the team in receptions with 18 coming into today. He's been targeted a few times.
Temecula.
Thank you.
Been there.
Thank you, Temecula.
Just to help you out a little bit.
Appreciate that.
You're welcome. It's my contribution. See you, everybody.
Yep. Good night, everyone. Don't forget to tip your waitress. So the first down gain to the 30-yard line with that pickup of 5. 3 receivers left, and Brown now moves to the right. Snap back here, looking to pass. Pressure off of the edge. Sims looking for sack number 7. Couldn't catch up with him. An incomplete pass, well covered on the near sideline by Caden Carter.
I don't know if they can queue up a replay of this, but this receiver comes off to run this route, and he gets not just hands to the face and not just a push-off, but watch him grab the face mask here and throw the defensive back in order to get out to the edge right here. And not called. And then the DB almost comes back and picks it off.
Pretty interesting there. I'd send that film in to the league officiating crew. Shelby to pass. He's under pressure on 2nd and 10. Airs one deep, and Hookfin couldn't get up to break it up, but neither could the receiver haul it in, and Zion Mercer, incomplete pass, 3rd down and 10. We've seen Southwestern here today. They're not afraid to gamble. I don't think they'll be taking a knee here or anything of the such. It could be a possibility for the Savage Storm to get it back.
Absolutely, and if they're going to continue to try to throw the football, Coach Atterbury got a couple timeouts in his pocket. Don't be shocked if he won't make them punt it and take a shot with the wind with his offense as well.
Now, only 2 timeouts remaining, although the home scoreboard says 3. It's been a problem this season. 4 wide, 2 to each side as Sean Shelby, the quarterback in the gun, receives the snap, looking to pass, fires, pass, too tall for anyone, incomplete. The safety, Dre Martin, was in the area. Also there in the vicinity was Caden Carter as the ball split him. And now, for the first time today, we'll see Dayton Thrower, the freshman punter, who's averaging 37 yards a punt. But get this, he has a long of 76. He has planted 8 of 53 inside the 20, and 6 of his punts have gone 50-plus yards, and the south wind has died down a bit.
A little bit, but he's still punting into this wind. I'd like to see Williams scoot up a little bit.
Williams already with an electrifying kick return. Now this one bobbled, and this is going to be a shank to the near sideline. And Southeastern's got 2 timeouts. They've got a short field to work with.
That ball's got to be up here in the 45-yard line range, if not closer. That's insane. Guys, they got to think about that. Somebody get together. That ball hit back here. It didn't get to the 45-yard line out of bounds.
No, because it hit at the 45 out of bounds on the Southeastern sideline. And they have it marked at the Southeastern 43. Wow.
That's a 12-yard error minimum. Well, 2 timeouts. You've got the football. Let's see what Coach Atterbury lets the redshirt freshman do.
26 seconds remaining. Snap back here to Donovan. Fires out right side to Hurt, makes the catch in the flat, gets past one defender and another. All the way over the midfield stripe to the 47-yard line. A first down gain there.
And keep in mind with the new rules, but the clock does not stop on a first down except in the last 2 minutes, so it'll help Southeastern a little bit here, although they do use the first timeout.
Yeah, they burn actually their second timeout of the half. And 1 timeout remains, but with 17 seconds, you've got approximately 3 snaps till we get to the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. And after the interception a while ago off of the trick play look, the pitch from Marquise Gray on that wide receiver throw, I would venture to guess anybody throwing the ball here will be named Kane Donovan.
I think so. I think, you know what, Ford's shown that he's pretty good at catching it.
That wasn't a bad throw. It's just the wrong team.
Well, it just wasn't there. They had covered the play up. It would have been best to throw that one away or just get what you can with your feet. That said, reset the situation here. 1 timeout left, 17 seconds left in the half. You're not afraid to try to get some of these shorter throws. You would assume the Southwestern defense will let those occur. But if you're able to break a tackle like Ryan Hurt did on that one and keep getting first downs, you might be able to get this down there for at least a field goal opportunity.
First down and 10 now at the Bulldog 47-yard line. Snap back to Donovan. Looking to pass. Rifles right side. Caught Hunter Hawthorne. And getting out of bounds, it appears. Although they will kill forward progress, it's going to be 2 yards short of a first down out at the 39-yard line.
Well, the out of bounds actually helps them more than the forward progress would have. You would have had to have taken the last time out there. So being out of bounds, you need to try to get maybe 15 yards to make a realistic field goal try with this wind.
They ate up 6 seconds of clock there, 11 seconds remaining. Snap back to Donovan. Looking to pass. Donovan rifles one, that one too tall. And really, maybe the first inaccurate throw we've seen today by Donovan. That one was out of reach, really kind of between 2 receivers, Hawthorne and Whitley. And now only 1 snap remains. We'll see if Coach Atterbury chooses to rifle one to the end zone on 3rd down and 2, because that's about all you can do here.
Well, now down to 6 seconds, you're absolutely right. Might even take your last time out here. And reset the redshirt freshman a little bit and just see what you can get.
Now Dylan Cox, that would be a long field goal for Cox. Snap back to Donovan here. Looking to pass, now retreats. He's under pressure. A flag comes in. He's hit, and that will end the half. A holding penalty will end the half, and no untimed down. They'll go to the locker room. Savage Storm having excellent opportunities on their last 2 possessions to add to this lead, but they're going to come away with nothing. 23-7 our score here as we get set for the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show, although the officials discussing some things. I'm not really sure what they can discuss because the penalty against the offense, and there's no seconds on the clock.
Well, they've got a holding flag. They've also got an intentional grounding that's pretty clear, and Kane Donovan threw the ball backwards. So, and all of that ends up in the same place, halftime.
Yep, 23-7 our score as we head to the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. And to this point, Rob, just your thoughts on the way the offense has performed to this point under the redshirt freshman. Other than those last two drives, they rack up 269 yards of offense, and really on the defensive side of the ball, 85 of 171 yards allowed on one play. The scoreboard really should be tilted a lot further in the guys in royal blue.
It really should, but give them credit. I mean, we said in our keys we need to finish drives. Well, you're 3 of 3 in the red zone, albeit one of them was a field goal, not a touchdown, but you're 3 of 3 in the red zone. First 4 drives ended in points. That last one was just kind of a throwaway, perhaps. The drive before that, you actually threw the pick, and it wasn't the quarterback that threw it. So all things said, I think you've got to be pleased with the offense through 30 minutes here.
23-7 our score. We get set for the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. And, of course, coming up, Bob Sullins with scores from around the GAC as well as Division I football. Games on slate today here in Week 8 of Great American Conference play. You've got several of them as all but one underway. Arkansas Tech at Ouachita Baptist. That one fired up at 1 o'clock. That was the early start. Harding at Southern Arkansas, who's receiving votes after upsetting Henderson State. That one underway, while Southern Nazarene just up the road in Ada taking on East Central. And later on tonight, that 7 o'clock kickoff, Northwestern taking on Oklahoma Baptist in Shawnee. Here in Durant, it's 23-7. Southeastern in front over Southwestern. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
At the Choctaw Cultural Center, learn about the past while becoming wiser for the future. Explore authentic Choctaw dwellings, interact with village demonstrators, and enjoy authentic traditional Choctaw meals at the Chompelie Cafe. We invite you to join us for a memorable journey through the past, present, and future at the Choctaw Cultural Center in Durant, Oklahoma, a living, breathing experience. For hours, events, and tickets, please visit ChoctawCulturalCenter.com.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Home. It's a word that carries different meanings for different people. To some, home is where children are raised. To others, it's a quiet retreat shared with a faithful companion. But if you don't feel safe, home can take on a whole new meaning. At the Choctaw Nation Family Violence Prevention Program, we believe everyone deserves to feel safe, especially at home. If you or someone you know is living with domestic violence, please call 800-522-6170 or search victim support at ChoctawNation.com. We are here for you.
Shelburne Heating and Air is the choice for all your residential and commercial needs. Service and installation on brands you know and trust. Carrier, Trane, Luxair, Mitsubishi, and American Standard. Shelburne Heating and Air specializes in optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system. Here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. For contact info, visit shelburneheatair.com.
Once again, back here for the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. I'm Bob Sullins. 23-7 Southeastern on top at halftime. As the Savage Storm have kind of taken care of business. The Bulldogs came in at 0-7, but they do have a good defense. But 3 touchdown passes for Cade Donovan here in the first half. As we was trying to get some of the scores up from other GAC games. But first, let's look. The Oklahoma Sooners trailed a lot of the game but rallied to beat Central Florida in Big 12 Conference play, scoring 2 touchdowns in the fourth. 31-29 the final there. Air Force beat Navy. It's the Service Academy showdown. Everybody loves those, 17-6. And in the Biggie, in the Big Ten, it was Ohio State over Penn State, 20-12. You had number 3 and number 7, the Buckeyes number 3, the Nittany Lions number 7. So 20-12, Ohio State wins at home. Games in progress involving top 25 teams. Tennessee leading Alabama with 1:24 to go in the first period. It's 10-0 Volunteers. Iowa, Minnesota tied at 3. Texas leads Houston 7-0 just 5 minutes into that game in the first quarter. And so those are some of the top games going on today. I don't know, Utah at USC, you're interested in that? That'll be a 7 p.m. kickoff later tonight. Southeastern on top 23-7 here. I was looking at some of the other scores. Harding at halftime leads Southern Arkansas 24-7. It's Henderson over Monticello at halftime 28-7. Let me see if I can get the score between East Central and OBU. That should be an interesting one. For some reason, the live scoring not updating. Let's see if I can get these right here. Southern Nazarene, beg your pardon, and East Central playing this afternoon up in Ada. Apparently that's not going to update. So those are some of the scores that we do have right now. Arkansas Tech and Ouachita started at 1 o'clock. That game should be pretty close to over. I'll see if I can get a score on that. Bear with me as I'm trying to get these updates as we go here. It's tied at 24 with 9 minutes to go in the game. Ouachita and Arkansas Tech, that's kind of a shocker in a way. According to this, at halftime, East Central leads Southern Nazarene 7-0 in that contest. The only score we don't have is tonight. Oklahoma Baptist will be at home against Northwestern, as that's the only night game in the GAC this weekend. So Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show will continue in a moment. We'll be right back on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Stuyvesant Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Stuyvesant Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Stuyvesant team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Stuyvesant way, and go Savage Storm.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the 8 ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor, because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center is your ticket to sports. Catch your favorite teams on one giant screen and 45 50-plus inch TVs with great food, atmosphere, and fun. Join Blazin' Rewards and start earning points on every order that you can use on rewards, like free food and more. Open 11 to midnight Sunday through Wednesday and 11 to 1 Thursday through Saturday. Your game is always on at Buffalo Wild Wings inside the Sherman Town Center.
Halftime here, the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show is underway. Southeastern leading Southwestern 23-7 as they jumped out to a 17-0 lead before the Bulldogs got that long touchdown run. Looking at some of the highlights, first of all, Kay Donovan had 3 touchdown passes in the first half. Here's one of them, and that was just a little dump off, kind of an acrobatic play. I'll show that again because that was awful quick off balance. Just flings it over there to Brown for the second touchdown of the game. And the last one was a pretty one to Marquise Gray as he waited, faked the ball to the outside. That got Gray wide open, and a good cut there by Marquise to get his first touchdown of the ball game. So Savage Storm leading here at halftime, 23-7. Looking at some of the stats here at intermission. Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime. Southeastern dominated throwing the football. They had 225 yards through the air. That's by far their best half of the season. Only 44 yards rushing the football, but a total of 269 and 171 for the Bulldogs. But of that 171, 85 of it came on one play. Yeah. By Dexter Brown. He had an 85-yard touchdown run. That was basically the whole offense for the Bulldogs. Southeastern scored on a pass from Donovan to DJ Brown. It was a little swing pass. That put them up 7-0. Then Dylan Cox kicked a 31-yard field goal. Then it was Brown again on that highlight I just showed you, catching that. And then it looks like Brown's got all the touchdowns, and Marquise Gray chipped in on that 27-yard pass from Kay Donovan, whose stats are fantastic. 17 of 25, no interceptions, 225 yards, and 3 touchdowns. DJ Brown was his top target, 5 catches, 56 yards. Caleb Whitley had 4 for 62, and Marquise Gray 2 for 39 in the first half. So Southeastern pretty much dominated, 23-7 here at intermission as we come back on a warm October day. It's supposed to be around 90 for the high this afternoon. That's close to all-time record high temperatures, but it's actually been pretty nice with a little cloud cover today. Not bad at all. If summer was like this, it'd be great around here. Yeah, but unfortunately, it's almost winter time now. We'll take a time out to be back with more on the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show.
Little Big Town. Friday and Saturday, November 17th and 18th, Choctaw Grand Theater. Little Big Town. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Little Big Town, presented by Choctaw Casino Resort Durant.
If college is in your future, then scholarship applications should be too. Visit ChetaFoundation.com for dozens of scholarship opportunities. Whether you're a high school senior or pursuing a doctorate-level degree, Choctaw Tribal members will find competitive scholarships for every level of education. Applications for the Cheta Foundation open on January 15th, but you can start planning now. For more information, visit the scholarship page at ChetaFoundation.com. That's CHAHTA Foundation.com.
The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant. 4 straight Thursdays of free concerts, September 21st through October 12th. Featuring the Cleverleys, Mike and the Moonpies, Tracy Bird, and The Great Divide. The Durant Fall Concert Series presented by Discover Durant in partnership with the City of Durant. For more info, contact the Durant Area Chamber of Commerce or visit discoverdurant.com. That's discoverdurant.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to Paul Laird Field. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. It's the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. Don't miss the Choctaw Powwow out at the Choctaw Cultural Center going on the first weekend of November. And eventually, someday, we will have a mic'd up, off-air edition of what goes on behind the scenes here on
it's the You Wouldn't Believe That podcast.
Yes, it'd be great. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson, Bob Sullins, and his band of merry cameramen are here as well, with it being a home broadcast. Savage Storm coming off of back-to-back wins for the first time this season. They're taking on a Southwestern team for the 91st time in school history. Savage Storm leading that series 49-38-3, and it's the second longest in Division II, second only to Southeastern East Central. It's also the third longest in the state, only behind that rivalry and, of course, Bedlam, OU-OSU, which will come to an end this year. 23-7 is our score, and Rob, the first question, I guess, is the play of Kane Donovan, the redshirt freshman. He had 2 appearances this season, played the entire second half, and so far, so good. He has avoided some sacks in this game. He's completing nearly 70% of his pass attempts. and 3 touchdowns. Savage Storm have not had a quarterback have 3 touchdowns in a game, let alone a half this year.
Well, he's looked good. There's no question about it. And we talked about him in the pregame, and I'm going to continue to send him the same message telepathically, and that is, dude, slow down. This is really exciting. This is a lot of fun. You've had a lot of success in the first half. Don't start freaking out now. Just run the offense, brother.
Now, again, and this is one of those things where the numbers are the numbers, but you can also point to DJ Brown having a breakout performance in the receiving game. He came into today with just 6 catches. He has 5. He's kind of been the safety valve. He's obviously bailed him out. We saw Brown walking to the locker room prior to halftime. What have you observed so far here with him coming out?
Well, he came out, looked like he had the training staff with him, and they were evaluating him. It looks like they're still doing it as he kind of stretches out down at the south end of the stadium with training staff likely trying to see if he can stop and go, perhaps a soft tissue injury of some kind. Obviously, if he can play and there's no chance that he could hurt himself, you'd love to see him out there. I think if there's any question, you've seen that Ryan Hurt can carry the mail, so let's not take chances with DJ when we've still got, 3-4 more weeks of games here.
Of course, and I mentioned him as a safety valve. One of those completions that went for 14 yards was an unbelievable catch by Caleb Whitley. So, again, while the numbers look good, you've got to look at what the coulda, shoulda sometimes that you're not going to get maybe against a better opponent. And, of course, they've got one coming to town next week with Harding coming to town. And after that, dismantling they did of Ouachita last week, that could be an interesting matchup as well. Of course, here on the other hand, Southeastern Oklahoma State, they lead 23-7. Was talking about it being the 91st meeting between the two clubs. And for Southeastern Oklahoma State, it's kind of interesting, this rivalry, as it has been around, for obviously a really long time. Savage Storm have been able to really handle this series. They've won 4 of the last 5, 6 of the last 8 between the two clubs. And if you look at what they've done since coming in to Division II, they've dominated that aspect of it as well. Since the 1998 season, Savage Storm are 17-6 against Southwestern Oklahoma State. And again, the Bulldogs struggling on the road this season. They have been outscored coming into today 163-28. They find themselves down 23-7 here at the Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show. Coming up, we'll get set for the start of the second half. It's on the way after this. 23-7, Southeastern in front over longtime rival Southwestern. Back on the Southeastern Sports Network in a moment.
What sets Arnett Insurance apart? 11 agents, each with at least a decade and a combined 274 years of experience. As an independent insurance agency, the staff at Arnett Insurance has the means to find rates that fit your lifestyle and budget. You'll find a variety of insurance companies working for your business: home, life, auto, and commercial. Insurance working for you. What a concept. Arnett Insurance, 1116 West Main, and online at arnettinsurance.com. That's arnettinsurance.com.
We recently asked listeners to describe the super nachos off the Taco Casa's super menu. Here are their stories.
I love that when you order the super nachos to go, they separate the chips from the toppings into different containers so that I get to have crispy chips.
The super nachos, only on the super menu at Taco Casa, located on 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera. Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma halftime show wrapping up, and we'll take another quick look at the halftime temperature as we're midway through this one. It's brought to you by Shelburne Heating and Air. Rob.
Well, we started at 87 degrees. We're up to 89. The clouds are still probably 50-50. Still a beautiful day. The wind still says it's at 10 miles an hour out of the south, but it's not consistent. We've seen times when it will let up a little bit, so we'll keep an eye on that.
Shelburne Heating and Air, the choice for all your residential and commercial needs. Service and installation on the brands you know and trust. Carrier, Train, Mitsubishi, American Standard, and more here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. Visit shelburneheatair.com for more info. Of course, again, Southwestern, they won the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will receive the ball first. Savage Storm, really, when you look at those first half numbers, you could easily make the argument they should be up by at least a couple of field goals, maybe even a couple of touchdowns. They had a pair of drives there in the final 4.5 minutes of second quarter clock that just got nowhere. See if the defense able to come out and get another quick 3 and out. Remember, they did that fairly frequently in the first half. Yeah, I was about to say some 4 and outs. We only saw the punter one time, and that was very late.
And an interesting spot,
to say the least. U.S. Cellular kickoff. It's a right to left, south to north kickoff from the foot of Jackson Nally as Blue Oyster Cult players over the loudspeakers. Mark Webb getting in his early 80s classic rock here at Paul Laird Field, and that one goes halfway into the end zone and out to the 25-yard line comes the Bulldogs of Southwestern Oklahoma State.
Well, as the defense comes out to take on these Bulldogs first time here in the second half, just kind of revisit the key early on. We said no big plays. Well, they've handled that except for one. So sans the one big play, they've really handled this Southwestern offense so far. Play to a standard, not a score, and continue to do it.
And it is the tailback Dexter Brown that is to the right of the quarterback Shelby. He'll take the handoff, trying to sprint to the left edge. He loses 6 yards. Big open field tackle. P.J. Larry coming down from that safety spot for a tackle for a loss, and it takes him all the way back. They actually mark him down to the 25-yard loss.
Love the play from P.J. Larry. Don't like my free safety playing getting a 6-yard tackle for loss and then a play action over his head. So good play, but be careful. Be careful. No big plays now.
2nd down and 15. As Sean Shelby in that first half was 8 of 15, but a lot of dink and dunk, only 76 yards passing. And speaking of which, quick out here, picks up 6 to Zion Mercer before he gets out of bounds. Actually says he's out at the original line of scrimmage, only a 5-yard pickup. And 3rd down and 10, promptly facing the Bulldogs with 14-15 and counting here in the 3rd.
Well, your player interview, Mikey Hookfin over there, doing a good job keeping it in front of him, brings up a 3rd and 10. I think he was just mad he didn't get to hit him.
Talked a little bit about that in our pregame interview. In motion is Elijah Reed, right to left, setting up 4 wide, 2 to each side. Shelby to pass. Shelby taking the short side of the field. Sims giving chase. And had Caleb High bearing down, and Shelby goes, hey, I signed up as a DB, not a QB. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but yeah, you could definitely see he got outside the pocket, was going to take off and run, saw 3 Savage Storm defenders and said, nope, not doing that. That's going to be painful, and we're not getting a first down anyway, so I will take this sideline option.
Makes me think of the Geico commercial that was famous a couple of years ago, the guy in the attic around this time of year, Halloween, and nope. And here's a shank. Let's see how they spot this one. Well, they're not going to get an opportunity to. Now it goes out at the 39, but it may be spotted back at the Savage Storm 39.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, that was
14-yard punt.
Even they can't miss that one. That one bounced right on the line at the 39, and that's going to be phenomenal field position for the Savage Storm offense to come out and extend the lead to start this half.
Of course, they had a drive. This is not, interestingly enough, their best starting field position of the game because they had one that began at the 35-yard line. They'll actually say the 40.
Which I think is wrong. But alas, let's move on.
First down and 10 here. Donovan in the gun, and it is DJ Brown to his right. Takes the handoff, runs off right side, and is peeled back. Silva in on the stop. Also there was Freddie Mango. And talked a lot about Mango, the junior from the Ritter, Louisiana. 31 tackles this season. 12 of them, though, last week.
Well, DJ Brown does a good job getting what he can. We were looking at halftime as he was getting some attention from the training staff. Obviously, they found that whatever was wrong is not bad enough to keep him out.
And don't see anything additional, no additional tape or anything like that. Of course, all the players donning the pink shoe tape in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Donovan receives a high snap, handoff. Brown cuts out right side, has 35, and then is upended right short of the line to gain. Tackle made on the far side by Mason Daugherty.
Well, the one thing they were working on with DJ Brown was change of direction down there, and apparently he's just fine because he showed great change of direction there with a little jump cut, gets to the edge, turns on the jets, and makes a very manageable third down here.
So third down and 1. Closing in on the 12-minute mark. Donovan in the gun, has two receivers right, one to the left, wide side of the field, back to Brown. Brown into the pile. He's not going to get it. He has stood up, turned away, R.J. Powell, as well as the other end, Logan Engel. And those two, man, they have been a force up front. I mean, overall, the Savage Storm have been able to do not everything they wanted to, but a lot of the times. And now a fourth down and 1 here. And I would suspect that
kind of no man's land. And they're leaving the offense out there. Would love to see the redshirt freshman use a hard count here, perhaps.
It'd be a 47-yard attempt, which is in Cox's range, but see what they decide. Play clock is down to 10. Donovan in the gun, receives a snap. Play action, throws, finds a man. It's Whitley caught. And Whitley enough for a first down right at the 25. DeAndre Scott, the defensive back from Ardmore, Oklahoma, making that stop, but it's a pickup of 5 and a first down after 4th and 1.
Sorry, Jay. We saw that same play on 4th down in the first half going the other direction with the little crossing route. Peanut going to the post and wide open to the flat. Whitley for the first down.
4 wide, 2 to each side. Give to Brown. Brown to the 25, trying to nudge back to the left, not going to get it. Slung down there by Johnny Scales, who we saw injured in that first half. He appears to be fine, folks, as he had just wrapped up Brown, threw him back. Gain of 1 on the play to the 25.
Yeah, he's just angry, and I get it. You know what? He's not only angry, but he's big. Did a good job there getting a hold of DJ Brown, and whatever was wrong, he's apparently just fine. Now we're going to get the two-back look with Ryan Hurt giving a little bit different look to this defense.
Hurt lined up to the right of Donovan, while Brown to the left. Second down and 9, closing in on the 10-minute mark as Donovan receives the snap. Brown right up the gut, bobbled the football, then it bounced right back into his grasp as he goes down. Lead block there from Ryan Hurt, kind of does a little bit of everything. Down to the 22-yard line, only a gain of 3.
Well, DJ Brown getting a lot of work right here. He's got at least half a dozen carries on this drive so far. Bringing up a big 3rd and 6 here, though. Want to keep this drive going.
He's been limited, though, today. Only 13 carries for 33 yards and a long of 9. That after posting a career-high 165 on 26 carries a week ago. 4 wide, 2 to each side, 3rd down and 6. Donovan in the gun, receives a snap, goes right, pass caught, Hawthorne now breaks a tackle, first down, hurdles a man, and down to the 10-yard line. Hawthorne making the DB look silly over there on the far side of the field.
2 of them, actually. He hurdles the first guy and trucks the second guy. First he breaks this tackle after the catch, which gets the first down. Right here he goes right over the defensive back and then hits this one with a punishing blow to extend the run yet another yard, and tells him a little bit about it at the end, perhaps.
Elijah Reyes was the safety that was hurdled there. And down to the 10-yard line, it's a gain of 12, and now first and goal from the 10. Storm have converted on all red zone opportunities today. They've got 10 points off of such. Here's Brown. Brown taking the handoff, stopped only 3 yards into the run, 2nd and 7 on the way.
Well, a clock-consuming drive. We talked about the great field position they started with here, way into positive territory, but still consuming a ton of clock on this drive. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered, to try to extend this lead and just put this, frankly, inept Southwestern offense further behind the 8 ball.
2nd down and goal from the 7. Clock marching toward the 8-minute mark. Brown to the left of Donovan with 4 wide. Receives the snap from the right hash. Flushed out right. Short side of the field. Backpedaling. And unlike last week, he throws this one a mile out of bounds.
Yeah, you think he's probably been told that a couple of times at practice this week. Last week he tried to throw that one away. Just didn't get it done. Made a poor decision. Poorly executed there. Left nothing to chance and lives to play another down.
So 3rd and goal from the 7. They bring out the tight end, Cody Scott. Big tight end lined up over the right side of the line. Hawthorne wound tightly to that right side as well. Gray and Whitley, your receivers to the left. Receives the snap, play action. As Donovan looks that way, DB almost picked it off, and then it goes through the hands of Gray. DeAndre Scott was the defensive back for the Bulldogs that had to beat on it, but the incompletion will send out Dylan Cox for his 2nd field goal attempt of the day. He has struggled on extra points today, having missed the 1. And here we'll line up for what is a 23-yard attempt. Ball near the right hash. Trying to make it 26-7. Snap is back, hold is down, kick, a line drive, and that one is good. 26-7, 7:48 to play here in the 3rd quarter. Savage Storm in front on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Durant Lumber Company, your only locally home-owned lumber and true value hardware store at 115 South 3rd Street, has been a supporter of our community's local schools and athletes for over 100 years. You know Durant Lumber for all of their high-quality building materials. Now, get to know Durant Lumber for all of your game day needs with Traeger grills, wood pellets, outdoor furniture, and more. Durant Lumber in the heart of downtown Durant. Quality products, competitive prices. Durant Lumber Company. Behind every project is a true value.
Cherokee Communications believes good things come in threes, like 3-pointers, epic movie trilogies, and great home service. That's why Cherokee offers HD TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. And right now, you can get any service or all 3 for one low cost. Get HD TV, internet, and home phone from Cherokee Communications and score 3 for the home team. Visit CherokeeCom.com today.
Savage Storm get excellent starting field position, but settle for 3. Here's Rob Johnson with your Texoma Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap.
Well, Southeastern goes 11 plays and 33 yards on that drive. 5 minutes and 31 seconds off the clock, which may be the biggest point of the issue. Dylan Cox finishes it off with a 23-yard field goal to extend this to a 3-score lead, so it is significant.
26-7, 7:48 to play. That your Texoma Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap. And Chevy truck season. Get your Silverado at any one of your local Texoma Chevy dealers. Chevrolet, find new roads. And now another U.S. Cellular kickoff. A right to left, south to north boot here at Paul Laird Field. Wind beginning to pick up again as we see the line of Old Glory. There are 10 U.S. flags on the far side of the field, and they are blowing south to north, and this kick blows out of the back of the end zone. U.S. Cellular, enjoy the game distraction-free with U.S. mode from U.S. Cellular. Visit your local store for a free setup, even if you're not a customer. U.S. Cellular, America's locally grown wireless.
Well, first half, first possession in this defense came out and got the 3 and out. Not only a 3 and out, but only allowed 1 yard before forcing the punt. And then the errant punt, of course. So a heck of a start defensively. Got to keep the intensity up. Again, I'm going to continue to say it. You can get hung up on the scoreboard and forget that play to a standard. You want to play to that standard.
Remember, Southwestern half of the yards basically coming on one play in that first half. And here's the man that picked him up. It is Dexter Brown, this time with a head of steam. He makes his way for a gain of 5 to the 30-yard line. 2nd and 5 on the way.
A little bit of a counter look there. They pulled the backside guard trying to kick out on the end man in the line of scrimmage, and they were able to get the hole there. For some reason, Dexter Brown kind of bounced it beyond the block, gave Southeastern an opportunity to recover. So 5-yard gain, but could have been a lot more, it looked like.
2nd down and 5, ball near the left hash as the quarterback Sean Shelby in the gun. No one back there. Receives the snap, looking to pass left side. Wobbly pass. This one almost picked off. Hookfin and Williams were there. Williams tipped it. Hookfin had a beat on it, and Hookfin may be going, come on, Ty.
Yeah, if you don't touch that, I probably get a pick there. Well, you know what? Good job by both of them backing up into the zone. They're content to do that and try to make this young quarterback pick him apart, just knowing that he's been struggling and he's not been able to do it so far.
So 3rd down and 5. Another 3rd down coming here as Southwestern today. They are 2 of 6 on 3rd downs. Overall, though, in that conversion efficiency, you could say 2 for 9 because they've been going for it on 4th down like nobody's business. Timeout on the field called by Southwestern. We'll take a quick one. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
I am more than a maker.
I'm more than an outdoorsman.
More than a protector.
Than a graduate.
Than a princess.
An athlete.
A pastor.
I'm more than a warrior.
Chata Elifina Chili.
Chata Elifina Chili.
I am Choctaw proud.
I am Choctaw proud.
I am Choctaw proud.
We are the Choctaw Nation, and together we're more.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Been an eclectic mix on the PA here, just coming back from a little TLC, a little left eye action and no scrubs. It is a 3rd down and 5. 2 of 6 today are the Bulldogs receiving the snap. Shelby goes deep down the left side, has a man, but the pass not accurate enough. Cam Tate in coverage over there on the far side of the field. He was tracking down Troy Henderson. It was Henderson, the intended receiver, out of the tailback position.
Yeah, you know what? It was a great play design. Henderson had gone out into the flat, drew coverage from Cameron Tate. That's a matchup you're going to like if you're Southwestern. And the throw just, didn't even give him a chance. It landed out of bounds.
7:01 to play here, and another adventure of a punt. Here's a wobbly one that hits and will take a Bulldog hop from the 35 inside the 30, and Southeastern will begin this drive at the 28-yard line. 6:48 to play here in this 3rd quarter. And the Savage Storm leading 26-7. With the way things have played out this season, Rob, I don't think you can say comfortably in front. Remember, you go back to those first 2 weeks of the season, and I've made this argument throughout the year. This is a team that is 3-4 on the year. You could make the argument they could very easily be setting as good as 5-2. They had a tough second half on the road and a tough environment against Southern Arkansas, and basically had a disastrous final 21 minutes of regulation against Henderson State here at home. But then there's always there's a flip to that coin. And the last 2 games, their wins have come against teams that were in the midst of losing streaks and have come by a single point. Yeah. Anything can happen here over the next quarter and a half.
There's still an awful lot of football to play, and that's why we keep saying, as much as we talked about finishing drives, and that's going to continue to be a focus, you want to finish this game too. You want to be, I would say this, to this point, this has been the most complete game I've seen out of this football team all season. That said, with a quarter and a half left of football, you want to see that completeness go all the way through 60 minutes.
Invest in yourself, invest in your faith, invest in your financial well-being, and invest in your health and wellness, and invest in your growth. First United Bank has invested in helping you spend life wisely. First United Bank, member FDIC, and a proud partner of the Southeastern Sports Network. So here is first down and 10 for the Savage Storm. They begin this drive at their own 27-yard line. Ryan Hurd, he is the tailback out there alongside quarterback Kane Donovan to begin this drive. Receives the snap, looks, fires, Giazzi Smith, and Smith trying to sidestep, and that was a one-arm tackle by Logan Monroe, the conference's leading tackler this season.
Well, Giassi wanted to get that ball and spin back, and his feet just kind of got stuck in the ground. That said, good look from the young quarterback. He sees a wide-open receiver, take what the defense is giving you. You're not going to go broke getting 8 yards of play.
4 wide, 2 to each side. Smith and Whitley, the slot men. Donovan receives the snap, give to Hurt. Into the pile, stops, restarts, has a first down pickup over the 38 out near the 40. They'll take him down at the 39, gain of 4. And the chains will move, and we'll slide under 6 to play here in the third. Up 26-7 are the Savage Storm.
Ryan Hurt takes that handoff, goes up into the line. There's not a whole lot there, and he starts to bounce it to the edge. And it's as though he had this realization halfway into that decision. Wait a minute, that's not where I belong. Turns immediately north and got 4 yards and a first down. Good job, Ryan Hurt.
First down and 10 here from their own 39-yard line. Remaining with 4 wide, Donovan receives a snap, give to Hurt. This time he is taken down 4 yards into the run to the 43-yard line. He'll go and go stubbornly, I should say, because Engel was there, so was big number 52, Cameron Gotton. He just ran into a massive humanity down there and still somehow is able to carve out 4 yards, 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Yeah, he's our guy. He's going to finish falling forward. He's going to get whatever there is in every single play.
Receiver stacked far side of the field. It's Pittman, the lead man, Whitley, the back man. And here's a handoff to Hurt, who spins off of a tackle and ahead to the 46, gain of 3. And Southeastern now facing a 3rd and 3. Savage Storm so far today talked about keeping drives alive. And for the season, converting 43% of the time on 3rd down. They converted a 4th down earlier in this game, and today they are 6 of 10 on 3rd down conversions. This one a big one, though, to keep it going here in the 3rd. Must make the 49. Give to Hurt, and Hurt just kind of sleds over the top of Logan Monroe to the midfield stripe. Needed 3, they find 4, and the 6th play of the drive coming up here after that first down run. And now we see DJ Brown back out and into that tailback roll with 4 to go here in the 3rd.
For those of us that are old enough to remember those 90s Cowboys, think DJ Moose Johnston. He wasn't going to make a whole lot of people miss, but he was going to get every yard he could out of every play. That's Ryan Hurt.
4 wide, 2 to each side. Donovan quickly out right side, finds Whitley. Whitley trying to get past the block. That play was diagnosed quickly by the Bulldogs secondary. It does pick up a couple. But Pittman, and give Pittman credit, He locked up his man. The thing was, there was the safety and a different DB that diagnosed everything right off of the bat, and Whitley, the speedster, only gets 2.
Well, the success of a play like that is based on the fact that you've outnumbered the defense. Well, if the defense is in a man-to-man look, there's always going to be somebody running out there to get him. There was, and he made a nice open field tackle.
Brown to the right of the quarterback Donovan here on 2nd and 8. Snap from the right hash. In plus territory. Give to Brown. Big running room 45. Excuse me, not Brown. We saw the 20. Didn't catch the 1. It's Jonathan Cobb, the 5'8 senior from Anniston, Alabama, that is into the game right now. And it is Cobb who comes up with a nice gain all the way down to the 42. He picks up 6. Cobb has seen some action this season. 6 carries for 36 yards, all 6 of those coming against Northwestern Oklahoma State. So 3rd down and 2 here. 2:30 on the 3rd quarter clock. Tightly wound formation with Smith and Gray, the receivers to the left. Cobb is met in the backfield. And obliterating the block, and then the tailback was Richard Silva, the junior linebacker out of Keller, Texas, and we have called his name numerous times.
And he's coming right off the edge there, just in a specific run blitz look, and bottom line is Southwestern guessed right. They got right into the runner before he's able to even get started. Makes a great play for lost yardage. 4th down, and the offense staying out there.
So 4th down here, they're 2 for 2 today in plus territory. 4th down and 5. Do they try to bark them off, or are they actually going for it? We'll see. Play clock is down to 5. Donovan not showing really any sense of urgency, and they'll burn a timeout. Minute 39, we'll go ahead and take one as well. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Clint Markham is your one-stop shop in Durant for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Clint Markham is ready to help. Call 580-924-8888 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums may vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting.
Part as they instead elect to take the delay of game and will send out Jackson Nally for a punt. He's averaging 41 yards per punt this season, 36 per punt for his career. Snap is back. This one gets away. It's a high end-over-end punt, sending Henderson back inside his own 10. And a fair catch has it placed inside the 10 with 1:32 remaining here in the third quarter. So Southeastern, while they were able to force the Bulldogs into a 3-and-out, that's back-to-back 3-and-outs here in this quarter, they weren't able to do anything with it. They failed to convert and come away with points there on that second possession of the quarter.
Well, you can see the goal. Southeastern has come out in the second half with this lead, just wanting to pound and ground here, try to get yards on the ground with the rushing attack, run clock, get out of here healthy and happy, and move on to Harding next week. Just haven't been able to finish drives.
At the 9-yard line. So now in trouble. Of course, the last time they were in this predicament was an 85-yard touchdown run. Had plenty of room to work with. Shelby receives the snap. Handoff Brown right up the gut. Knifes over the 10. Stood up at the 12 and pushed backwards.
I wonder if they're not trying to run a couple of plays here, get rid of this quarter clock, and perhaps turn around with the wind to try to throw the ball to get back in this thing.
Good to see there in on the tackle, Javion Gardner. Gardner, who was hurt earlier in this game, is able to, as I said, you never know the severity, and obviously not as severe as it appeared.
You do note the brace on the left leg there, but perhaps he's good enough to play.
2nd and 7 from the 12, deep down the right side, and this pass should be offensive pass interference because Taylor Tosquez actually shoved away the defensive back, but nothing there. Xavion Wright was the player in coverage. That ball hung forever on Shelby, and then you see in our replay, Tosquez literally shove Wright to the ground and make the catch, no flag.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, I don't know what you can really say about that. It was pretty clear on the replay, and so be it. Big catch.
Good thing it wasn't a punt. 15 seconds remaining. 1st down and 10. Snap back to Shelby. Fires pass, caught. Easter over the 40, down inside the 35 before Williams makes the tackle.
Well, all of a sudden you see this passing game having a little success.
Quarter break is here, and it's 26-7, but the Bulldogs on the run here on their 3rd possession of the half. 4th quarter time when we return after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Where can you get good neighbor service and surprisingly great insurance rates? At State Farm. Because State Farm agent Clint Markham is your one-stop shop in Durant for the service you deserve at the price you want. So stop looking around. State Farm agent Clint Markham is ready to help. Call 580-924-8888 for your surprisingly great rates today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums may vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
We recently asked listeners to describe the Super Nachos off the Taco Casa's Super Menu. Here are their stories.
I love that when you order the Super Nachos to go, they separate the chips from the toppings into different containers. so that I get to have crispy chips.
The Super Nachos, only on the Super Menu at Taco Casa, located on 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera. Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good.
Welcome back, everyone. Paul Laird Field, fourth quarter time here in Durant. Bulldogs on the march, though. They have picked up a first down, and they said at the Savage Storm 34. This is as far as they have gotten so far today. Remember, the touchdown was an 85-yard run. Shelby to pass. Flushed right, throws off of his back leg, and that one picked off hook fin. And I have to give a little credit to Rob Johnson, because in the commercial break, he called it, said it's coming here, and hook fin comes up with his second interception of the season.
Yeah, that one's just thrown up for grabs. You do have a late flag here. There was a little chippiness back here behind the play. It appears to be after the play, but there is a flag. See what it is.
And they still continue to have problems with the referee's mic here at Paul Laird Field, and then we catch the tail end of it. What we can tell you is unsportsmanlike. It goes against Southeastern, and they'll be buried deep in their own territory.
You know, a couple weeks ago in a high school game we saw the officials mark a penalty the wrong direction. We were just about to get the same thing until his buddy stopped him and turned him around. This one should go half the distance to the goal against Southeastern. But to your point, still a first down after the pick that your boy called.
You did call it. I'll give you that. And I believe, nope, it was solely at first I thought, and maybe that was the deal, was the coaching staff was arguing because they couldn't hear the official either. They thought maybe it was offsetting. It was not. And so Southeastern will have their worst starting field position of the day with 14:51 to go. But they lead 26-7. A drive that will begin at their own 8-yard line. Remember, their first drive of the game ate up nearly 8 minutes of game clock. Be nice to have one of those here. Snap back to Donovan. Looking to pass. Donovan under pressure, fires, and airmails it away out of bounds.
He wanted the home run to Marquise Gray down here at the bottom of the screen. The coverage was actually very good from DeAndre Scott running along with Gray. And credit the freshman. He made a good decision, didn't put the ball in harm's way, kept his eyes down the field, just unable to find anybody, and throws it away.
So 14:45 to go here after that incompletion. Donovan has been kind of held in check. Is this a handoff to DJ Brown trying to make the edge? Does. Picks up a couple before ending up out of bounds. The near sideline spot at the 13, so it's a gain of 5. And, you know, I think part of that reining in of Donovan after that first half, you got a load of confidence going right now. You don't want to short-circuit that development, and you have a lead. And so why not play a little close to the vest, and that appears to be what they have done here in the second half so far. Remember, in that first half, I mean, he's literally only had 6 pass attempts here in the second half. Here's Donovan in the gun, moves Brown out to the left flat, looking to pass, rifles, and that one incomplete, and there's no flag. And Hunter Hawthorne's going, where, how, why not? As Mason Daugherty all over his back.
Hunter, I'm right there with you, brother. It looked like he hit you early, but apparently that's not a penalty today. You see him right, well, that replay doesn't quite catch up with it, but he hit him before the ball got there, albeit, you know, it's not like he blew him up or anything, but he did make contact before the ball arrived, no call, and now you've got to punt into this wind.
And here is Nally to punt away. And this one, the pressure on. He gets away a high one. Henderson situated at midfield. Fair caught. That's Jonathan Cobb, the tailback and special teams performer, getting down there. He and Ryan Hurt both the gunners on that play. And now Southwestern will take over, and they'll set up again near midfield. This drive begins with 13:52 to play in this fourth quarter, and it begins at their own 49-yard line.
Well, it's a 19-point lead, so you're 3 full scores ahead, 3 touchdowns. We've got a late timeout here.
Timeout taken. We'll take one with them. 13:52 to go. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Holiday Inn Express IHG Durant is the champion's choice. Conveniently located just off Highway 75 near restaurants and shopping. Holiday Inn Express Durant has 98 rooms, complete with a business center and conference room for work and a pool and a hot tub for play. Only 2 miles from the Southeastern campus and just 10 minutes from Choctaw Casino Resorts. Book your stay today at IHG.com. That's IHG.com. Holiday Inn Express Durant, proud partner of Southeastern Sports Network.
Home. It's a word that carries different meanings for different people. To some, home is where children are raised. To others, it's a quiet retreat shared with a faithful companion. But if you don't feel safe, home can take on a whole new meaning. At the Choctaw Nation Family Violence Prevention Program, we believe everyone deserves to feel safe, especially at home. If you or someone you know is living with domestic violence, please call 800-522-6170 or search victim support at ChoctawNation.com. We are here for you.
Just short of midfield as we bring you back, and the umpire comes in late, says, our media timeout's wrapped up. We were doing all that hurrying for nothing. So we are back, and here is quarterback Sean Shelby. Fresh off of an interception, his 4th of the season. Snap back to Shelby, looking to pass. Shelby flushed out of the pocket, fires, pass, caught. And what a catch there by Elijah Reed, because he had DB bearing down on him. It's a first down gain of 12 to the 39-yard line, Storm territory, and Bulldogs knocking on the door again. It's 26-7.
And credit the QB for a good throw there on the run, right on target to his receiver for a first down.
So first down now and 10. Back to pass is Shelby. Shelby dumps it short. It's high. It's picked off. Cam Tate. And Tate upended at the 41. Elijah Reed with perhaps a touchdown-saving tackle, but that's back-to-back possessions that the Savage Storm defense has a takeaway, and that is interception number 7 of the year for the defense, and it is the first interception of the long career of Cameron Tate. How about that?
And it's a great play design. They run 4 verticals, bring a drag route underneath there. The ball is just high and behind the receiver. He making an effort to go get the catch, tips it. Cam Tate, right place, right time, goes ahead and gets that INT right there, and then gets tackled in the open field, as frankly you would expect.
And now back to the ground game. Here's DJ Brown, and Brown knifing over the line of scrimmage at the 42, ahead to the 45, and big thing here, clock starts running.
Yep, there's your 3 yards and a cloud of tire pellets, and again, to your point, the goal here, run this football. If they could run it 15 times and end up in the end zone, so be it. But they're going to run it as much as possible because the clock running is really the best thing that you could have right now.
2-back set here. This time Pittman in the left slot with Hawthorne out wide left. Gray all alone to the right. Donovan receives a snap handoff. Hurt off the left side. Hurt over midfield. Hurt on the run. Hurt to the 30, 20, 15, 10. House call. Ryan Hurt with a 55-yard rushing score, and for Hurt, it is his career long.
Well, right there, you've got a stretch play to like a zone stretch look out to the left. They give it to Ryan Hurt. It's his job to find the crease that hadn't been filled. He finds one right there, gets straight up the field, turns on the jets, and says, I'm not just a fire plug, I can run, and outruns DeAndre Scott to the corner of the end zone for the touchdown.
And here on the extra point, having missed one today, is Dylan Cox, and he missed going into this upright. The snap is now low. Cox picks it up, and Cox is taken down. The ball comes out, and then it's still alive as DeAndre Scott finally tackled. Tracking him down was Dorian Maple, and that extra point attempt may be a little too exciting than it had to be. 32-7. Savage Storm football continues in a moment on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Dollaritas are back at your neighborhood Applebee's all this month. Pair with any great items off the Applebee's menu, like the quesadilla burger or the bourbon chicken and shrimp. Plus, right now, $5 spooky sips with Dracula's juice or the tipsy zombie. Only for a limited time at your neighborhood Applebee's of Durant. 1001 Westside Drive, open till midnight Sunday through Thursday, and open till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays.
Well, extra points, they've been wild and wacky today. That one didn't fare well, but the Storm lead now 32-7. Here's Rob Johnson with a Texoma Chevy dealer scoring drive recap.
Well, wild and wacky's 2 words. I would just use bad, but for whatever reason, they've not been very good lately. Southeastern goes 2 plays, 58 yards on the drive, 49 total seconds taken off the clock. However, Ryan Hurt explodes for 55-yard touchdown run to extend this to now a 4-score game.
Now, once Hurt got to the secondary, I don't know if he's seen a hole that big in a while. 32-7 our score, and there is your Texoma Chevy Dealer scoring drive recap. Texoma Chevy Dealers, be sure to take advantage of truck season. It's going on now. Chevrolet, find new roads. And your U.S. Cellular kickoff comes into the wind here, now moving north to south. Here's Jackson Nally. Laces this one end over end, and it's filled it at the 12. Brought out right side as Keon Barnett on the return, and Barnett still motoring along. And a little extra after the fact. Southwestern player had the jersey of one Brian Watts, the Kingston, Oklahoma native. And Watts now, after they break him up, cuts back over to the sidelines. 12:05 to play.
Yeah, cuts back over to the sidelines where he's got at least one coach named Bo Atterbury waiting on him and to remind him to keep his head on straight. There's no need for that stuff right now.
So at the 26-yard line, here comes Sean Shelby and company. He's thrown interceptions on each of the last 2 possessions, and the defense with a couple of takeaways. Snap back here, out into the right flat. Pass caught by Reed, and he'll knife over the 26 ahead to the 29-yard line. Pick up a 3. 2nd and 7 on the way.
You can almost see that's what they wanted. They had a bunch set to the left and then ran another receiver to the left, even wider than the bunch. So clearly they're trying to get the Southeastern defense overloaded to their defense's right, and they were able to do it. A nice, nicely designed formation and play there.
So 2nd down and 7. Handoff here, running right side. It's Henderson. Breaks out of a tackle as he got past Cam Tate and picks up a 1st down out to the 39-yard line, a gain of 10.
Cam Tate did a good job pursuing the play, unfortunately cut back, and he kind of overran it, reached out with his hand. I'm kind of glad he didn't get a hold of the face mask. It really could have hurt the kid, but overran the play. He's able to get 1st down yardage.
At the 39-yard line here in the gun, as Shelby receives the snap, pocket collapsing, fires, and the pass appears to be caught. Great grab by Taylor Tosquez, the junior. A couple of catches today. There is a flag, though, back in the area of a hold, and this one could be coming back.
Actually a good throw there. Nice route on the deep end. And credit the young quarterback Shelby for backing up, hitting his back foot, and let that one go with authority, and it was right on target. Good catch, but he put it where only his guy could get it. Unfortunately, one of his mates up front, there's a reason he had so much time to find him, because apparently there was a hold.
Takes it all the way back to the 29-yard line.
Whoa, 15 yards, so must have been something, maybe a chop block perhaps.
Hands to the face, apparently, the call. So back to the 24-yard line now. By the way, if you're curious for Southeastern, the 32 points on the board, 2nd most scored this year. This is a team that has been averaging just 20 points a game. Snap back to Shelby, looking to pass here on 2nd and a mile. Gets out, escapes, running up the right sidelines, and then steps out at the 29-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. 3rd and long awaiting the Bulldogs.
Southeastern defense content to back up into a zone there, keep everything in front of them. Decent pass rush late. Flushes the young Shelby out of the pocket there. He gets out to the right edge, unable to find a receiver. Had Cam Tate bearing down on him and chose out of bounds. Probably a good decision.
So 2nd down and 20 here for the Bulldogs. They're 2 of 8 on 3rd downs today. Snap back to Shelby, trying to get some of that yardage back. Sims lights him up, but a big pass play is going to bring up 3rd and long. All the way ahead to the 41. They pick up 12. So now 3rd down and 8.
He got nuked in the backfield there. Credit the young kid for standing in there, taking the hit, and really throwing what was a relatively accurate ball. Gave his receiver a chance, and the receiver made a nice catch, extending out and going horizontal to get that one.
Snap back to Shelby. Pressure again off the edge. Sims giving chase. Sims gets him. Finally gets to the quarterback, his 7th sack of the season. He was awfully close in the first half, but he has him here, and that one should end the drive. 9:23 and counting down, and Kevin Sims continues to have an outstanding season. He is 7.5 sacks now on the year, 13.5 for his career. So it's been quite the senior campaign for the former Prosper resident.
Very nice play design there. You've got Troy Henderson, the running back, coming out on a wheel route at the sideline. Coverage by a linebacker, but credit Caleb High for running right with him and causing that sack.
And here is a punt that is going to fall short of Andre Williams. Then take a Bulldog roll, and then nice try by Zion Mercer. He kind of went bowling with it.
I don't hate him for trying, but you can't do that. Well, that's going to, numbers-wise, that's going to end up being a really nice punt. But, frankly,
at the end of the day, it's going to end up being a 51-yard punt. But he's had some doozies today, and Southeastern will begin this drive at the 22-yard line.
Of all the struggles that Southwestern needs to deal with, punting might be another one. Even with that 51-yard punt, that's been an issue all day.
2 receivers right, 1 to the left. Snap will come from the left hash. Storm trying to ride this one out, up 32-7. Donovan out into the right flat. They find Deuce Pittman. Pittman getting away out of bounds and bumps into Reyes. Picks up a nice little chunk of yardage to the 27. Gain of 5, and Pittman finally puts one in the reception column. He's had a tough couple of weeks.
Getting a little warning from the line judge there not to extend beyond the whistle, which he getting a little chippy down there. But to your point, great catch, a great getting on the scoreboard or the stat sheet.
So Donovan in the gun here. Has Cobb to his right. Gives the ball to Cobb. Cobb up the middle. Cobb hit at the 30, and that is where he is taken down. Tackle on the play there made by one of the defensive players of the week this season in R.J. Powell.
Well, Cobb does a great job there taking the handoff and not, no stutter stepping, no juking, none of that stuff. Go where the hole's supposed to be. The hole was not a big one, but it was big enough to get him through and make this 3rd down more manageable. Good job from Cobb.
3rd down and 2 now. Under 7:30 to play here in the 3rd. Storm leading big. Cobb in motion out to the right flat. Donovan looking to pass. Plenty of time. Now he's under pressure and now just throws it away out of bounds.
I think there may have been a few, hey, don't be afraid to throw it aways given to the young quarterback this week. We've seen him, and to his credit, we've seen him when things are not there and it's breaking down, late in the play is when the bad things happen more often than not. And he's been content to throw that away, and a punt's not a bad thing, especially up 32-7.
Yeah, it's certainly in control here. 7:18 to play in the ball game. Henderson back to return at his own 30-yard line. And to punt this one away is Nally, as, boy, they sent the house. As Henderson receives, now retreats, and now it's taken down.
Well,
he looked up and he saw Bryant Watts. Remember, Watts was a part of that kerfluffle at the end of the last punt return, and he said, you know what, I want to beat my block, and I'm just going to get this open field tackle with a little help from Dawson Meter. And with that, Bulldogs will begin at their own 31-yard line, trailing 32-7, 7:07 to play here in the fourth.
Well, you said it. They sent the house after the punter, which means there's no return game set up there. They're trying to get a big play on special teams, and, well, the return guy said, thanks a lot, guys. All of y'all went and rushed the punter. Now I got nothing but defenders to look at.
Jalen Hughes in at linebacker. So is Bryant Watts. Quick out near side pass caught. And then out of bounds with the grab is Zion Mercer. He was taken out rudely by Matt Howard. Into the game is Calvin Cloud, the junior from Loveland, Ohio. Cloud came in after those injuries, but failed to really move the needle. 16 of 45 this season. He has played in every game thus far. 187 yards passing, 2 interceptions. But you're starting to see backups in some areas. Hughes out there, he's in number 2, and the Mike linebacker is Bryant Watts. He's wearing 43, and Cloud receives a snap and receives a big dose there of Jacob Geddes, as well as big number 94, Fred Hardy.
Well, Fred Hardy was your player interview just a few weeks ago, and he's been a consistent force all year long on the interior of that defensive line. He does a great job there, taking the guard, shedding that block, and then being disciplined not to get upfield too far and create a natural lane for the quarterback to run. The quarterback pulls it from the runner, and he's right there to make the play.
So here is second down after the sack at the 39. Cloud to pass, and that a wobbly one. It hangs up forever, and Trey Martin is then going to receive a penalty as Taylor Tosquez.
And I think he's going to get one too.
So Martin blows him up, and then there's flags everywhere.
Well, I think they're going to get a penalty on Martin for blowing him up right there, and you know what? They probably should. And then Tosquez decides, or is that Tosquez? Is that right? Okay. Chooses to show him how quickly he got up, and then you saw a second flag perhaps for that. This is going to be interesting because one of the fouls is going to be part of the play, and then Tosquez's is going to potentially be a post-play foul.
You may see your officiating crew get their steps in here because you'll have a walk-off or an automatic first down. And then you'll have a walk backwards, should that be the case.
Oh, they're calling that on Southeastern.
So both penalties go against the Savage Storm. Either way, the official will get his steps in, but he'll advance the Bulldogs' cause.
Well, you must have gotten a magic word from one of those defensive backs because clearly the effort was from Tosquez post-play, although it doesn't appear they're going to give him yards for that.
And Martin comes to the near sidelines.
Interesting.
So all of that to move the ball to the Southeastern 31-yard line. And here's a play running right side and a quick little get-up of 8 on the play down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line.
Well, and go back to that, you know what, let's give them credit where credit is due. That's a net 30-yard gain, so you did 15 for the pass interference and then 15 for the dead ball foul.
Handoff here, nope, it's the quarterback keeper by Cloud, and he is wrapped up by Hardy. The Southeastern defense had, of course, gotten a sack there and had set things up beautifully, was about to have an opportunity to get the Bulldogs off the field. Instead, a little bit of a mental error, if you will, and we've heard Coach Bo Atterbury talk about that throughout this season. And you might can do that up 32-7, but you can't do it, throughout the course of these games week to week.
But it's a standard. You've still got to play to that standard regardless of the score. And frankly, that's just a dumb play. You've got to keep your head about you.
Cloud in the gun here. Receives the snap. Looks right. Fires. Pass is broken up. And what a play, really, by both. The effort given. Matt Howard was the defensive back who broke up that pass. And at the same time, what a great effort there by Tosquez to go for it. He dove forward and really kind of got sandwiched.
Made a great effort for the ball. Just a great job from the defensive back. That's a good play all around. And a throw that gave him a chance. Frankly, the throw's probably a little late. You want that one to come out sooner. Bigger issue here is it's 4th down, and they're still in the shotgun.
4th and 1, 0 for 3 today. Handoff, and it is going to be awfully close. The handoff carry for Ethan Heisch.
Well, that far line judge, based on his spot, that's going to be short, guys. Well, now he moved it a little bit, perhaps.
Defense looking at the chains, pointing the other way. We haven't had this in a while. They'll actually bring out the sticks for once. Question is, did anyone remember the index card?
Yeah. You know, there's not many times I watch games on TV and agree with the announcers, and I don't remember who it is, but there's an announcer that makes a specific point every time we bring out the chains. We figured out how to put yellow lines on TV for first down. Why are we still using chains? And I have only been to about 1,000 football games just with you, Jay Lindley, and I've never seen a set of chains that doesn't have duct tape on it somewhere. So how can it be right? Right? And
I'm going to stretch it out here for the dramatic. Is it? And no, it isn't. It's about half a football short at least, maybe even a whole football. So even our blind video producer, Bob Sullins, saw that, and he's got an awkward angle on it. 32-7, Storm will have it with 4:35 to play. Well, he's only recently had his sight impaired. That's because he's got a shiny new vehicle, and it's kind of the glare yesterday off of the new wax. That's what it is.
Well, that is the 4th time today that the Southwestern offense has given the ball back on downs, and then 2 more where they gave it away on interceptions. So
this is certainly going to help the defensive stats as far as conversion rates go. 1st down and 10, we see Kane Donovan perhaps for the final time today. Swing pass out right side. Flags blow it dead. False start. Now you got 1st and 15.
Well, you've got a guard trying to get out in front of that play and make a block to the edge for Williams once he catches that quick one, but he just has to get too quick a start. Trying to get out of his stance a little bit early there, and he got caught.
4:32 remaining here in this 4th quarter. 32-7 our score. Southeastern Oklahoma State in front, looking to make it 3 in a row for the first time this year. Would even them back up at 4-4 with 3 games to go. Donovan here in the gun. And I'll speak on what that could mean. Handoff, it's Jonathan Cobb. Cobb up the middle ahead to the 20-21 yard line. We've seen it the last couple of years. You know, Southeastern next week, they're going to have a tall task to handle with Harding coming into town. Harding, the lone unbeaten, who last week just absolutely dismantled Ouachita Baptist. And, you know, we thought that was going to be the matchup. It was not. And Harding was able to manhandle them fairly easily. 2nd down and 11. As Donovan in the gun, we slide under 4 to play. Play clock down to 4. Back to the ground game, give to Giazzi Smith, gets out to the edge, and a flag is thrown, a hold, and what would have been a 1st down run is going to go backwards, and while they sort that out, back to the point at hand, Southeastern could, and I do mean this, if you get, but if you can finish the season with a pair of wins, Tech and East Central, you'll be setting at 6-5. You look at the standings, you look at the decisions that have been made over the course of time by some of the other schools electing to or not attend bowl games. There's the Heart of Texas Bowl, which, you know, a couple of years ago, East Central was in that bowl last year with a record of 6-5. The year prior to that, so was Oklahoma Baptist. So it's not to say that Southeastern couldn't find their way to a little postseason appearance. Last year they were at the Lived United Bowl and entered that with a record of 6-5. Snap back here to Donovan. Donovan rockets a pass. This one picked off. DeAndre Scott. He's played great, terrific all day. And now the Ardmore native has a chance at a pick six. He's to the 15. And what about the ability to come back by Gray? Gray makes the tackle after the pass picked off, but it sets up the Bulldogs nicely with 3:07 to play here, 32-7. And they talked a little bit about guarding the confidence of the young quarterback in Kane Donovan, and they finally decide to take the leash off on that.
And you know what?
Second and long, and he throws the pick.
And you're not wrong. I mean, he did throw the pick. They took the handcuffs off a little bit there and let him throw one deep. I think he made the right decision. Just throwing into this wind might have knocked that one down a little bit. If that's out a little bit further, that's a 90-yard touchdown pass. So he did the right thing.
Snap back here to Cloud, and now in the red zone. Cloud flushed out to his right. Shanks giving chase, and that one incomplete. Shanks, D'Angelo Shanks, the one of the heroes last week, you could say. They did get off a field goal attempt. The first one had the leg, went wide right. The second one, though, after having kicked that, was short. Shanks with that game-changing sack a week ago. Incomplete pass there brings up second down and 10, 2:58 to play here in the third quarter. Southeastern up.
Credit Bryant Watts for coverage over there. He's running with a matchup that would typically favor the offense. Did a good job staying with his man there.
Two receivers right, one to the left. Quick out from Cloud. Right side pass is high. Incomplete. Caden Carter in coverage. They were aiming toward the slot man, Elijah Reed, with a couple of catches today. Reed has picked up 6 grabs, but that one too tall for the 5'10 redshirt sophomore, and it's third down and long.
Well, and you would expect that Southwestern's not going to find any solace in a field goal. They're going to try to get this one into the end zone, but if you can get a stop, this will be third down and 10-plus, so
Wonder if they called that a lateral, because the clock has continued to run this whole time.
Wait, clock problems? You're kidding me. Have we had that this year?
About 20 seconds ran off, and they didn't add any to it. Cloud here in the gun, looking to pass. Rifles. That pass just way too tall for his intended man, Zion Mercer. No flags.
Well, and good coverage on the poster out there to stay close to his man, not interfere. The ball's way overthrown and brings up fourth down.
2:10 to play. They do stop the clock here on that incompletion. And with that, here is Cloud in the gun. Has Heist to his left, receives the snap, looking to pass, looking, airs it, has a man, it's caught, Mercer, touchdown. Zion Mercer receiving the score, and Southwestern has their second touchdown of the game. 32-13, and that may rub the shine a little bit off of this one with 2:03 to play. Appearing as though they are going for 2 here. Mathematically, they would really have to, because it's 32-13. Really, the only way to get back into it is this conversion go and then score a couple of more touchdowns with a couple of more 2-point conversions. A little trickery here, reverse. It's Mercer out to the right side. Flag will negate whatever the end of this play is, because the flag is right in the vicinity of a hold. And they'll sort this out. 2:03 to play. Of course, coming up, we've got the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Be sure to visit ChoctawCasinoResorts.com. Click on Live Entertainment. They got some great shows coming to the Grand Theater. Plus, the Grand Tower, it's back open, so that means more rooms are available at Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant. To book, visit ChoctawCasinos.com. And Southwestern will be forced to go for 2 again, but this is one of those situations that may be a little more advantageous, having a little more space. As we get set to check in with Rob Johnson, who is down on the sidelines with us now. Rob, go ahead.
Well, Jay, I'll leave you for 1 minute, and look what you let happen.
So here with the extra point attempt, and that one's blocked, and it's picked up in the air by Carter. Caden Carter on the return. Carter to the 40, Carter to midfield, Carter with a blocker, and then finally the scrum caught up to him at the 41. So they blocked the extra point, 32-13. Storm lead, 2:03 to play here in the fourth. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Step right up to the most magnificent giveaway of the season, the $2.2 million Under the Big Top giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant. Play with your Choctaw Rewards Club card to earn entries for cash drawings every Saturday in October and November, and a chance to win $100,000 in back-to-back grand prize drawings to end the night. It's the $2.2 million Under the Big Top giveaway at Choctaw Casino and Resort Durant.
Welcome back, everyone. Paul Laird Field, Jay Lindley, alongside Rob Johnson, who is now down on the sidelines. We also have our on-site video producer, Mr. Robert Sullins, if you want his proper name. Right there for Southwestern Oklahoma State, taking over after the interception thrown by Kane Donovan. It was a 4-play, 12-yard drive that ended in the end zone with a pass from Calvin Cloud to Zion Mercer for 16 yards. But the first initial 2-point conversion attempt was no good. It was taken off the board by way of a penalty and then a blocked extra point. So the score remains 32-13. Onside kick, it's a live ball, but it gets out of bounds. It got past Deuce Pittman. He had touched it, and now a flag. Another
I think
flag.
They're going to get offsides over here, Jay. Or at least there's one thrown from this side, Judge, that it looks like he's motioning offsides.
So with the
We'll see what they come up with after the debate. Sorry.
Jacob Geddes is being credited with the block, the redshirt freshman out of Flower Mound Marcus High School. And Southeastern here will take over at the 47-yard line. Now they start marching it back here.
This is the rare call, Jay. They've actually got...
It's got to be an unsportsmanlike because they walk off 15, I believe. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, I was going to say it's the rare thing. It looks like one of the blockers over here grabbed a face mask.
There you go.
And thanks. I'll credit one of the assistant coaches over here for the assist on that call.
So first down and 10 now. They got to move the chains. 2 minutes remaining here. Basically, 2 timeouts remaining for Southwestern Oklahoma State. So you pick up a couple of first downs, and it's church. We'll see what happens here. Donovan in the gun has Jonathan Cobb. He has the tailback to the left. Quick out right side, pass bobbled, then finally caught Andre Williams, but all that adjusting to make the catch allowed the defense to corral him up. Down to make the tackle was Elijah Reyes. Also there was Cadence Hall.
We've said it many times, Jay, that throw out there to the edge is just basically an extension of the running game. However, at this point, I sure would prefer to see the running game be the running game. Let's just keep this clock going at this point.
Well, second down and 8, and it doesn't appear as though Southwestern's going to try and prolong this game. So Savage Storm should win 3 in a row, and for the first time in 3 weeks, win one by more than a single point. Handoff Cobb, running left side, Cobb. And it is crunched down at the 39-yard line. That was a big hit again. It was Cadence Hall over there on the stop. Also the defensive lineman, Jabrion Peters. So third down and 5 here coming up. So 50 seconds remaining here. And so, of course, we got the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show coming up. Savage Storm here electing to run it all the way down. They may take a timeout as they rush someone late onto the field. Not seeing, now they'll take a knee, and that should do it.
Don't see a timeout call, so that ought to get it done.
32-13 will be the final here. We've got one to burn. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
When you're dealing with an insurance company, you're already behind the 8 ball. And the only way to get a level playing field is to hire an attorney.
We treat each and every case and each and every client as if they are a friend and neighbor, because that is how we view them.
You'll get the best service. You're going to have the best people working on your case. That I can promise.
Burridge Law Firm. Call 580-920-0700 or visit burridgelaw.com.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
32-13, our final. We get into the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Storm win 3 in a row on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Durant Lumber Company, your only locally home-owned lumber and true value hardware store at 115 South 3rd Street, has been a supporter of our community's local schools and athletes for over 100 years. You know Durant Lumber for all of their high-quality building materials. Now, get to know Durant Lumber for all of your game day needs with Traeger grills, wood pellets, outdoor furniture, and more. Durant Lumber in the heart of downtown Durant. Quality products, competitive prices. Durant Lumber Company. Behind every project is a true value.
Dollaritas are back at your neighborhood Applebee's all this month. Pair with any great items off the Applebee's menu, like the quesadilla burger or the bourbon chicken and shrimp. Plus, right now, $5 spooky sips with Dracula's juice or the tipsy zombie. Only for a limited time at your neighborhood Applebee's of Durant. 1001 West Side Drive, open till midnight Sunday through Thursday, and open till 1 a.m. Fridays and Saturdays.
Hey renters in Durant, State Farm agent Clint Markham is ready to surprise you in a good way with surprisingly great rates on auto and renter's insurance. That's right, State Farm agent Clint Markham can help protect your car and your stuff for less than you might think. Get a quote to see how much you could save. You might be surprised. Call 580-924-8888 for your surprisingly great auto and renter's rate today. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Individual premiums may vary by customer. All applicants subject to State Farm underwriting requirements.
A community bank is far more than just a bank that offers the services such as online and mobile banking, mobile deposit, and loans that fit your needs. A community bank invests in the community it serves. Your phone call will be answered by local people you already know and will make you feel welcome by greeting you as you enter the lobby. At Shamrock Bank, we effectively combine convenient banking technology with people you know and trust. It really is the people that make the difference. At Shamrock Bank, you are more than a customer, and we are more than a bank. Shamrock Bank, member FDIC.
Welcome back, everyone. Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show getting underway as the Choctaw Casinos Resort Durant. We go down for our post-game conversation. Coach Bo Atterbury wrapping things up here with his team. And now let's go down to Rob as Southeastern. Well, they won 3 in a row, and this, the first of the 3, that was by more than a point. Go ahead, Rob.
Well, 3 in a row, Coach, but this is the first of the 3 that's been by more than 1 point, as Jay just said.
Yeah.
A little more comfortable feeling today, perhaps.
It was. I wish we would have finished a little bit better, and, you know, it's not easy to win football games at any level, and we got guys, heck, I've been sick all week. We got guys in and out of the lineup, as you can see, and was proud of the way we were able to come together and get some points on the board, and would have liked to finish a little bit cleaner, but we'll get that cleaned up tomorrow.
Well, at the end of the day, and, you know, it's not just about the redshirt freshman quarterback, but you had to be pleased with the way he brought the offense out today and had some success against what's a pretty good defense over there.
Yeah, they've got a solid defense. I told somebody since I've been playing and coaching, they always put a good defense out on the field, and I thought him coming in the second half last week, a little different for him to get the start and handle it the way he did. I thought he did well.
Well, the offense over there has struggled all season. We know that. Yeah. But we talked on the broadcast about playing to a standard as opposed to an opponent. It looked like your defense did that pretty well today.
We did. We had some fits that we missed gave them a long run. But outside of that, you know, we gave them a couple things here and there. But Might have dropped down in a couple areas, but for the most part did okay.
Well, Coach, you said it's hard to win football games, and there's no question about that. But next week might be another level, so you'll be back at Paul Laird Field for a big opportunity. Let's put it that way.
We're just going to shock the world like last time you said, right? Yeah, well, our volleyball team went over there and beat a pretty good team the other night that was toppers in the conference. So we'll enjoy this one and then get back to work tomorrow. First, a difficult opponent, as you said.
Well, difficult, but a team on the run right now. So a great run, and we'll see you next weekend, Coach.
Sir. Thank you.
Bo Adbury having a little fun with Rob Johnson. That was the quote that was made going into the Washita game by Rob. And Bo having a little fun here, 3 in a row. The whole team having fun, 32-13 here in the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. And coming up, we've got hard hats to dole out. Savage Storm win here today big over Southwestern Oklahoma State. Back after this on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Two of the most recognizable voices in country music, Josh Turner and Sarah Evans. Saturday, November 25th, Choctaw Casino Resort, Durant. A 20th anniversary celebration of their albums Long Black Train and Restless. Josh Turner and Sarah Evans live. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Life is yours to spend. Spend it apart. Spend it together. Spend a little now. Spend a lot later. Spend it fearlessly. Spend it faithfully. First United Bank. Spend life wisely.
Visit Durant, Oklahoma, where the people are just as special as our town. From our bustling Main Street full of boutiques, stores, and recreational shops everyone can enjoy, to our wide variety of family-friendly and fine dining options. You can enjoy cultural experiences at the newly opened Choctaw Cultural Center, or tons of water recreation activities on Lake Texoma. Durant is a weekend of fun waiting to happen. Plan your next adventure at discoverdurant.com.
With Chevy Silverado and Silverado HD, you can take on the mountains, or you can move them. With the power of up to 36,000 pounds of max available towing and the confidence of an available 13.4-inch diagonal touchscreen. Whatever your mountain, there's a Silverado for you. Get 0% financing, plus make no monthly payments for 90 days on all 2023 Silverado 1500 pickups. Plus, get $1,000 cash allowance on this Silverado. Chevy drives Texas. Find new roads.
Welcome back, everyone. Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show underway. Jay Lindley alongside Rob Johnson. Bob Sullen soon to come with scores from around the Great American Conference, as well as a final rundown of the stats. But it's time for us to dole out hard hats, courtesy of Durant Lumber. Durant Lumber, where you can find Traeger grills. They come in a variety of sizes, like the versatile Tailgater. Small enough to travel, it delivers big on taste. Find the Traeger and all other models at Durant Lumber. Durant Lumber, behind every project, is a true value. Hard hats to go around. How about to the redshirt freshman Kane Donovan? First career start. He throws up a 138.6 QBR. Not bad. 23 of 38. Did dial it back a little bit in the second half. He was off and running in the first half. Second half proved a little more difficult. 259 yards passing. Completes 60.5% of his pass attempts, 3 touchdowns against 1 interception, or 259 yards passing for Kane Donovan.
Well, Kane, we talked about this being his first start, but, we also talked in a couple of breaks about how he's got that it factor, and he certainly appears to. He brings some juice to the game, and he did a great job, certainly in that first half.
Of course, got to give a hard hat out to a guy that was responsible for a big third down conversion in one of those completions, because Caleb Whitley checking for Stickum, 6 catches, 69 yards, including a long of 27. Whitley there made a huge play in that particular moment of the contest.
Well, it was you said it. It was a huge play, because certainly it was much more in question at that point. That's one of those catches you see on ESPN. Wish they had a camera here.
Oh, yeah. I think Bob might can do something about that. Let's take a look at the defensive side of the ball, because the defense, how about numerous 3s and outs, and not to mention holding Southwestern to 0 in 4th down conversions. And, hey, they did it early and often through this game. Cam Tate gets his first career interception while dialing up 8 tackles here today.
Well, and doing a good job of spying the young quarterback Shelby from Southwestern. You knew he was not, he didn't get recruited as a quarterback. He's there out of necessity. The default answer is typically going to be for him to use his athleticism and use his feet. Cam Tate did a great job of spying him all day, stayed disciplined defensively, and just did a great job.
Kevin Sims, that is our final hard hat to dole out. 4 tackles today for Sims. But more importantly, he adds to his sack total. Now should be up to 7.5 sacks on the season. That puts him second in the Great American Conference. And, man, what a season he has had as he was going for at least 2 or 3 today. He finally got him late on a big shot that essentially kind of ended Shelby's game.
Yeah, I think at that point Southwestern knew what the outcome was going to be and just kind of decided to give the youngster a break the rest of the day. I hope he's okay. I see him over there talking to his family perhaps, so good for him. But once again, Kevin Sims just continues to affect football games and do it in a positive way for this Storm defense.
Of course, there is a look at your Durant Lumber Hard Hat Award winners for this game in Week 8. Durant Lumber serving the area for over 100 years. Quality products at competitive prices. Durant Lumber, behind every project, is a true value. Of course, this is the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. Be sure to visit ChoctawCasinos.com. Grand Tower now open, all 3 facilities. Plenty of rooms available at Choctaw Casino Resorts Durant with plenty of great concerts coming up. You saw the Sarah Evans concert is coming up in November. They've got others as plenty of acts for you to check out. Weezer later on in December. That at the Choctaw Grand Theater. Tickets are available. Visit ChoctawCasinos.com. That's going to wrap it up for myself and Rob. Bob is going to take you the rest of the way in the Choctaw Casino Resort post-game show. 32-13 Southeastern Oklahoma State winning at home. That's now 3 in a row, but next week it's a big task indeed. One of the top-ranked teams in the nation. Harding unbeaten coming into today. Should be unbeaten coming into next week. And we'll be here on the air at 1:30 with a 2 o'clock kickoff at Paul Laird Field. Till next Saturday, I'm Jay Lindley saying goodnight and so long, everyone. Storm win, and you've been listening and watching it on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Steubenville Chevrolet in Durant is proud to support Savage Storm Athletics. And with the same pride, resilience, and strength as Savage Storm fans, Steubenville Chevrolet is proud to be Durant Chevy dealer. When you need a new car, truck, or SUV, the Steubenville team is ready to find your perfect tailgate vehicle. No need to leave town to find what you want. Stay local, buy your Chevrolet the Steubenville way, and go Savage Storm.
We recently asked listeners to describe the super nachos off the Taco Casa's super menu. Here are their stories.
I love that when you order the super nachos to go, they separate the chips from the toppings into different containers so that I get to have crispy chips.
The super nachos, only on the super menu at Taco Casa, located on 1st Street in Durant and southbound 75 in Calera. Taco Casa, real fresh, real food, real good.
Since 1971, Westside Family Dentistry has been committed to enhancing the natural beauty and function of your smile while improving your oral and overall health. Using state-of-the-art technology, our friendly staff will take care of all your needs, from routine care, crown and bridge, implants, and even orthodontics, including Invisalign. Westside Family Dentistry is the premier choice to create beautiful, healthy smiles for the whole family.
Cherokee Communications believes good things come in threes, like 3-pointers, epic movie trilogies, and great home service. That's why Cherokee offers HD TV, high-speed internet, and home phone. And right now, you can get any service or all 3 for one low cost. Get HD TV, internet, and home phone from Cherokee Communications and score 3 for the home team. Visit CherokeeCom.com today.
Choctaw Casino and Resorts post-game show is underway. I'm Bob Sullins.
Southeastern with a victory this afternoon, a relatively easy one, 32-13 over the winless Bulldogs of Southwestern Oklahoma State University. Southeastern improves to 4-4 on the season. That's 3 straight wins. How about that? Southwestern falls to 0-8. And looking at some of the other scores in the GAC today, it was Henderson over Monticello, 42-14. That is a final. It was a close one in Ouachita. Didn't expect to be. Arkansas Tech falls late to Ouachita, 31-24 in Arkadelphia. And Southern Nazarene rallied in the second half and beat East Central 27-13. Harding walloped Southern Arkansas. 54-20 was the final score. 54-20. And I mentioned Henderson State over Monticello. There is one game tonight. It's a 7 o'clock kickoff in Shawnee. Oklahoma Baptist hosting Northwestern. So those are some of the scores in the conference. National scores, OU rallied late to beat Central Florida, 31-29. The battle of top tens. Number 3 Ohio State playing at home in the Horseshoe beat Penn State 20-12 today, who was rated number 7. Texas leads Houston in the third, 21-20, with 12:29 to go in the third quarter. And Tennessee ahead of Alabama playing in Tuscaloosa today. There's 8:33 to go in the third. It's 20-17 Tennessee. Oregon over Washington State, 24-13. Okay, there you go. Those are some of the scores from today. We'll take our final time out and be back in just a moment on the Southeastern Sports Network.
Little Big Town. Friday and Saturday, November 17th and 18th, Choctaw Grand Theater. Little Big Town. Tickets on sale now at Ticketmaster.com. Little Big Town, presented by Choctaw Casino Resort Durant.
Shelburne Heating and Air is the choice for all your residential and commercial needs. Service and installation on brands you know and trust. Carrier, Trane, Luxair, Mitsubishi, and American Standard. Shelburne Heating and Air specializes in optimizing the performance of your heating and cooling system. Here to help you improve your indoor comfort. Shelburne Heating and Air, your locally owned heating and air experts. For contact info, visit shelburneheatair.com.
Welcome back to Paul Laird Field, Southeastern Sports Network, the Savage Storm. Winning today over Southwestern 32-13 on your Choctaw Casino and Resort post-game show. And let's look at some of the highlights from earlier in today's game. Southeastern jumped out to a 17-0 lead behind freshman quarterback Cade Donovan. He threw a touchdown pass to DJ Brown. He threw 2 of those and a field goal sandwiched in between. It was 17-0 early in the second. The Bulldogs got that 85-yard touchdown run by Brown. That made it 17-7, but then the Savage Storm came back. Here's one of the highlights from the first half. It was Donovan to Marquise Gray, and all he does is catch touchdowns, right? You can see the look-off by Donovan helped, and a nice little move right there by Marquise Gray, and he walks in, strolls into the end zone. That's one of the easier ones that he's caught, as that made the score 23-7 at the time. It was 23-7 at halftime. The Savage Storm took a 26-7 lead going into the fourth quarter, and they were just kind of running out the clock. Oh, here was one of the nice plays that helped set up points in the second half by Hunter Hawthorne. Watch the hurdle here. He makes the catch, breaks a tackle, running down the sideline, and then he hurdles a defender and knocks another guy out of the way. That was one of the nice plays in the second half. What else happened? We had an interception off a deflection. The defense coming up with a big play here. As you can see, deflected. Cameron Tate, the senior linebacker, then he's upended. The defense they had a couple of interceptions in the game, and then Ryan Hurt kind of put the icing on the cake in the fourth quarter with this run. Just a little opening right there, and man, he gets through it, and he shows some surprising speed outrunning the safety for the Bulldogs all the way on a 55-yard touchdown run. The Savage Storm go on to win 32-13, late touchdown by the Bulldogs to get one at the end of regulation with just about a couple minutes to go. So 32-13, the final. Some of the stats. Cade Donovan at halftime had 225 yards passing. He didn't really throw the ball much in the second half. He ended up with 259 yards passing. He was 23 of 38, getting his first start with 3 touchdowns. He did throw 1 interception, and his top receiver was Caleb Whitley, who had 6 grabs for 69 yards. DJ Brown had 5 for 56 and a couple of touchdowns. Marquise Gray just caught 2 for 39 and the touchdown. And leading rusher was Ryan Hurt, 8 carries, 82 yards in the ball game, and he had that long run at the end. DJ Brown, 20 carries for 57 yards. You could tell the Bulldogs were really keying on him. And if you look at the team stats, Southeastern outgained Southwestern 409 to 286. There were 2 interceptions thrown by each team in the game, so no big advantage there, no fumbles. So each team had 2 turnovers in the contest. Savage Storm 4-4, and the Southwestern Bulldogs dropped 2-0-8 on the season. Well, that's going to wrap up our coverage this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the broadcast. For Jay Lindley and for Rob and for our entire crew, Derek and Bobby and Mitch, I'm Bob Sullen. So long. Savage Storm win. They'll be at home next Saturday at 2 p.m. kickoff as they host Harding, who knocked off Southern Arkansas today 54-20. They really look like they're one of the top teams in the nation. They'll be here next Saturday. That should be fun. Have a good weekend, everybody. And this has been a Keystone Broadcasting sports presentation on the Southeastern Sports Network.
This has been Savage Storm Football on the Southeastern Sports Network. Savage Storm Football is brought to you by Choctaw Casinos, Burridge Law, your local Texoma Chevy dealers, and Discover Durant. Also sponsoring the Savage Storm, Choctaw Nation of Oklahoma, Shamrock Bank, Taco Casa, and Westside Family Dentistry. The Savage Storm are being brought to you by Cherokee Communications, Studeville Chevrolet, First United Bank, and Shelburne Heating and Air. Also sponsoring Southeastern, Choctaw Nation Family Violence Prevention, Arnett Insurance, Buffalo Wild Wings, and the Chutta Foundation. Southeastern Oklahoma State is also being brought to you today by Clint Markham State Farm, Durant Lumber, Applebee's, and your farmer's insurance agent, Al Olson. Thank you for being a part of Southeastern Savage Storm Football.